能加太湖，然后太湖去替换这个猎枭。哦，因为我觉得猎枭现在在这个改动之后，包括了太湖，其实有很多是能够去做到猎枭的这个储备的嘛。
那你觉得是单太湖吗
Hello, YouTube viewers.
还是得 KO
太湖
We're
KO。
live on Twitch in a
OK， 那我们
moment.
可以看一下，没有拿。
还是，但是有一个改变是维斯哦。
哦，对，球球拿到的维斯，然后双先锋依旧是猎枭 KO， 然后 Smoky 的
Dude, I can't do a hash. Where's my hash? There it is.
Nova 这边是一个大转身。
哦 ，OB1 的夜路，哎，这一下子队伍里面有3个决斗位。
现在信息有点多，需要先来处理一下啊。我觉得我们得一点点聊，先聊 Nova 的这一套阵容，对吧？铁臂。
All right, what's going on here then? So we're playing Ascent with Nova EDG. They're playing Vice on EDG. And on Nova, they're playing like I guess what could be described as the new standard meta now that Killjoy lockdown isn't broken immediately by Teho. You could run this as a mirror. But I don't know whether this is, I mean, TMV made a big video about this, so maybe he'll want to talk about it, but I don't know whether Breach Teho is really going to be that great on Ascent. Maybe it will be fantastic, but I feel like having more scan stuff is better for site execs rather than having area control, to be honest. You just woke up? Yeah, of course I just woke up. I was up late last night finishing my spreadsheet and showering butter off my head. Oh god. Breach Ascent's kind of ass. Well, it has been historically. Alright, let's have a look. So pistol round setup. We've got, I mean, they look like they're going to go and take some B control, but this isn't going to be a full fast B exec. They're just trying to bait these guys into using a lot of utility. B main control, how do you get past that? That's an interesting concept. Whoa, they're flash re-clearing it though, immediately, with flash and a drone. And so that kind of stabilizes things back to where it was. But that's massive if the attack side has to lose their drone every round, just to get things back to normal. The fact that you can't wallbang this as effectively anymore because of the metal now means you probably do need some level of molly to hold on to B main control, so I like what they're cooking there. Guan can't get another kill out of that though, and now everything is on his ear. Some of the targets are soft. Kang and Simon have been softened up, but they just know that he's inside the smoke. It's just the most likely situation for... Yeah. Not necessarily a bad idea there from Nova, but I don't think they were expecting to lose B main control that quickly again, and EDG's reaction to split down mid on them was nice. Hello everybody. Good day, youngest Tri-Wizzy. What's up? Yeah, first Ascent of the year and no mirror. Cryptoduck, thank you for the 23 months. So again, focusing on B main control at the start of the round here from Nova, using the salvo. And they have stun salvo as well, but you don't really need it here. To be honest, you only need one or the other. Because even the stun at the start of the round is going to be very difficult to get through if that's where you choose to use it. Putting the breach over towards like this area to go for stun re-clears of A seems like it could be really good as well. Like having breach Teo re-clearing over towards A seems like it could be really powerful. But I feel like you've got to be going for re-clears with this composition. Or potentially going for early map control in B main, but if you go for early map control in A main, I feel like you're wasting the breach Teo util. Because you can do that just with a one-way. EDG are going into the stack. They love losing an anti-eco. They love losing an anti-eco. Yeah, they've got this one though. Yeah, they've got this one. My dream of Nova beating EDG is going down the toilet. Why were you dreaming of that? And also, why are you giving up hope after losing the pistol? Wasn't Simon benched? No, that was just a rumor. The rumor was that Simon was going to be benched for the new player coming in for EDG, but it might be a sixth, it might be like somebody that they're long-term trying to develop. Maybe they will end up getting Simon benched later on. Like, we really don't know what's happening. TMB wants to call.
后续的一个防守的一个调整当中，你可以看到这一分是换位了。
而且，其实，在终极技能方面，对 Nova 来说，这个 CB 的大就只差3个点。
EDG 现在还是有
I'm calling, and he's ignoring me. Okay, so this time they do the stun. They do the salvo based off the turret contact, but they don't have a breach stun to combo with it, so they just run away. And okay, now you've got B main control, and they are using drones, so you've got some advantage out of that, Nova, but not any real trap play value from it. This angle's really common. Favors the play with a better gun. And they're using the Vice Wall actually here. I wondered whether they would be saving the Vice Wall for post-plant a lot. But, because this Vice Wall seems shit to me. Like, this just seems like a waste from Chishu. Because...
Hello.
Hello, hello. Are you happy to see something new occurring? Ah, there we go.
Thrilled. I'm very scared, though, that Nova will just get out-aimed and we won't learn anything.
Well, I mean, this round...
Yeah,
have you been watching since the pistol?
I have.
Yeah, they're doing everything to B main right now.
Yeah. What time are you on?
I'm in a replay currently.
Just guess. I always say just guess.
12, 11, 10.
Oh, we're perfect.
Nah,
We're actually
nice.
perfect already.
Alright, first time.
Play VFL! VFL is live! Play
Oh my
Fantasy
god.
Valorant.
They're getting spammed with adverts immediately. Do they go for some kind of
www.fantasyvalorantleague.net.
People normally have to pay for this. I'm gonna ban you in my chat again. Oh wow.
Yes, how's the butter? Is it gone now?
Yeah, it's gone. I just showered. Don't worry, oiling up is not that difficult. It's possible for you. And the fan base would love it. I think they did a stun salvo into tiles, missed everybody, and Kang just walked up cat and opened up the round off the A pressure. That's pretty sad for Nova. I don't really understand why they're doing early round stun salvo though.
How much money did you butter up for?
100 quid.
100?
I know.
It was quite a lot of butter, to be honest. I was quite surprised.
Yeah, it was like 2 tablespoons of butter. Maybe 1 and a bit. They're not playing the Breach and Teo on the same side of the map very much.
No, it's strange, isn't it?
And they're not worried about market at all. Kang's just in.
Oh no. That's not how that's supposed to go, Nova.
而0-0其实已经看到了点内 Smokey 的站位，
关键是升枪了。现在
对，
在包点里面又是可以去做多角度的一个枪线铺开。虽然铁臂有很多的技能，但是其实还是蛮难打的。是，先给烟。0-0这边好像没有给技能。
Okay.
穿掉一个，
Winnable.
有一些转机。
Would you like to use a breach flash? You had 2 breach flashes, Solingo. And he's just stunning and running out with the smoke.
I'd rather reveal where I am and then run through a smoke dry.
Huh? Okay. Dude. Weird rounds here, weird rounds. It definitely feels half-baked from Nova. Like, in terms of... They've got some ideas, but when things get a bit weird like this round, they have just lost the plot.
我觉得第一时间就是光那个位置没有帮他补上枪，后面的队友就必须要退到包点里面一起去打夹角枪线了。
对，这个样子其实自己的站位反而非常分散啊。
Defensive
有一点点，虽然看起来人多，但其实接下的时候 EDG 的一个人数扑进来，你没啥太大优势。
哦 ，OB1 是起民居了。
这个局还是来的比较早。
So the first 3 or 4 rounds, they were using Salvo B main at the start, and now they're saving it. So that was just early half conditioning to try to stop EDG from fast taking B main. There's the stun to allow Izir to hold this.
Nice aftershock.
That was nice from Kang as well, though, actually. The dash updraft out and then lingering for a second to try to catch the Omen. He could have been rewarded for that.
I think that's a sideshow deck, right?
Yeah.
Quite fully getting out.
Yeah.
但是要知道 Nova 终极技能也很多，看一下 CB 其实也有大的
Oh, not holding the paranoia.
没办法推暗眼
So gets caught. Okay. The very rare sit inside the KO nade and kill 3 of them strategy when you have been too late to cast your paranoia and got caught out by the KO.
是
Alright, fair enough.
非常夸张，直接顶了3个人。 而且对于 EDG 来说，其实他们
Chaos Flight, thank you for the 55 months.
他们在前期，我估计甚至
Valiant Hearts the Great War. I have no idea what that is, Chaos Flight.
That's the power of the Smite Vandal right there.
And Yashlol, thank you for the 2 months as well. Do you think the NRG game will be rescheduled to 5 PM again? I can't even remember what that's in reference to. What game was rescheduled? Ah, this time they stun.
Yeah, this time, but again, it's kind of...
Yeah.
Oh no.
Kankan's just... That's a fight I expect Kankang to win, to be honest. That's crazy shot from
CB. Is there any worse
CB.
feeling than, oh no, I've given Kang an op on an eco?
Yeah. And then just deleting him from long range with 2 phantom headshots. CB's used all of his util though.
有点远，
球球还在 A 小，球球的位置还是比较隐蔽的。
Oh, they're gonna come back to A and run into the flank.
I mean, that's just never an A exec though. A B exec. Dude, nobody just shot his recon dart out like a flaccid... Okay, well, they've lost the round anyway for different reasons.
Yeah, don't finish that thought. Finish it with flaccid.
He just dribbled his recon dart into the site though, and like just gave them the complete knowledge of the
fakes that are obvious.
It's just so silly.
Oh.
怀疑了一下，两个都看到了，但是提前的响枪先拆掉一人。
No time.
10多秒钟的时间，对他来说已经没有办法去拾起这个爆冷器，再去进行安装了。
这就看一下要不要把枪保下来吧，因为团队经济看了一下，其实也。
Have they made this map slightly more T-sided? Yeah, they should have done. I mean, the fact you can't wallbang through B should make the map marginally more T-sided, but I don't know whether it'll actually make a difference.
Still think it could have used with a couple extra tweaks.
Like what?
I still always the backside of B, like in the little boathouse. Where the doors are should be where it cuts off. There shouldn't be a little side either side of it as well. It should make that small.
Yeah. I like that idea. I fuck with that.
所以其实现在对于 Nova 而言，他们知道阵容在防守边确实看起来会有点严丝合缝的感觉。
对。
Oh, I've got so much sleep in my eye.
这样的一个情况下，就要看一下 EDG 的教练组该怎样去破这个默认的一个盘了。
我觉得就是还是要在中路和 B 点。A 点其实想
Waking up for some Chinese Valorant is always a pleasant experience. Did the butter seep into my eyes? Maybe. I can tell you, when I showered last night, the smell of hot butter was everywhere. I smelled...
How hot was the butter?
Well, I smelt more of butter when I left the shower than when I got in. Which was a bizarre situation.
It wasn't already melted, was it? It was
no,
just, it melted on your head.
Yeah, it melted on my head. It melted on my head and seeped into my pores, and then when I showered, it kind of released it and released the smell, and yeah, just smelled like popcorn. Juju, wake up! Thank you for the 28 months. What's the context? No context really.
他们也在主动求变啊，
因为第一时间他是让夜路在这儿的，他是一个软放必包的态势，其实是
打闪山盟地线，精准投放直接给，
Here we go.
但是 Smoky 能传走。
那 EDG 第一波其实道具置换上面是小优势
0 damage done.
是中区的
0 damage. Hey, it got them out of A main.
Yeah,
But that's the
honestly,
thing. Like you only need
they
the
are.
missiles, though, right?
Well, yeah, but they are being able to re-clear A or B main. But then nobody still has drone, and it gets to like a minute or a minute 10 or something, and they're doing an actual take, and
Well, keep your eye on Obi-Wan.
看一下 Obi-Wan 的这个明狙推得很靠前了，已经，其实中路一直没有去站啊，强行打 B 大，惊雷卷直接卷，在拖延
Alright,
时
so now they've
间。
baited out the, well, they've traded ults.
Oh,
But all of these are coming so early still. There's still
yeah.
full time for them to exec, and they
They
still have
basically traded a
recon.
Vice ult for a breach and they ult.
I think this wasn't nobody's plan though, because otherwise he wouldn't have gathered 5 players on the B side of the map. He would have left somebody inserted A main. If he was genuinely just trying to get ults out.
枪法解决问题。
That looked casual from Kanka.
Smoky 好像手里的烟才黑杖才好了1颗。
Guang, no, don't hard anchor this. You have ult. Oh, you are just feeding.
Like if you lock down, you win.
I know. Azir has ult as well, so Azir was about to ult to reinforce the B site. All Guang had to do was shove his ult down on B as soon as the exec came through, and allow the Omen to come and flood in behind him. And they won the
Or
round.
even before the exit. I mean, there was what, 25 seconds left? Like,
Yeah, could have just ripped it.
if they have to exit with 14
战
seconds,
术
I
都
mean,
打出来了，但是到最后7秒钟的时间变成了一个2v4，而且对手还把爆能器给拍了下来。
And this is why it's tough to rate EDG when they stomp through China, because there's just so many bad rounds that they win.
就是队伍里面有明星选手到底有多重要，对吧？就最后20秒的强解，
这种回合其实就是价值嘛。断枪没断到，但是有钩子。
Obi-Wan 的这个明狙感觉效果
aim
不好
aim at them
我
challenge.
觉得手感凉了，就他现在是明显感觉到这个明狙的手感凉了，而且明狙感觉还要被断，球球已经过来了，这把明狙应该是保不下来，
保不下来。经济的层面上来说，这样断一波对 Nova 来说也是比较伤的，而 EDG
So the fucking tortoise having sex. What was that?
暂停之后的话直接去
两个节奏点，一个是中路明狙过点位，第一时间没有把。
That was just my slightly frustrated noise, I suppose.
Dude, that's frustration, is it?
A little. Or like disappointment, maybe more than frustration, yeah. Resigned and disappointed.
但该说不说，欧林欧那个位置倒了之后，光是完全补不上墙。
就是因为补不上。
对，因为你是在被 B 筒里面的人打的。
对，
光那个位置架不到。
康康的进攻狙。
Kankan picked up this op, right? From Obi-Wan?
Probably.
I don't think he bought it, but I wasn't paying attention really. So now they're playing quite a passive setup, with the bridge tail over towards B, playing off the Yoru's contact. So Yoru takes contact and then they stun Salvo afterwards to get Obi-Wan back on the line. But they have no info towards mid as well, so that's the Tejo drone's job to go and clear that. And this time, this is the first time EDG have actually left someone on the other side of the map while they're pressuring B. So this is feels very deliberate here for Kankan to work a pick.
The problem that they might have though is if they don't want to go into the killjoy setup, what do? Are they gonna just do an ace play, I guess?
但是一泽应该没有风吹草动，不太会拉吧？感觉
他架 A 小的主要是，对，他是架 A 小的，所以就还好。
I mean, I'm not even sure that they know the killjoy is A right now, because oh yeah, he can. I just can't hear it.
A 大的话，刚刚这个位置哦，刚好过去了，但欧林欧能够先抓一个。
A 小被断了，现在强行顶进来，一泽的位置也知道自己不用再担很大的压力，等队友一起打就好了。是康康的狙虽然还没响枪，但是一响枪之后没有收获。哦，这把连加2个。 那这一分看起来已经不太好打了。
是，这一分 Nova 的策略就是直接守点内啊，就把中路直接放掉，然后奇乐的技能也是堆到给点内。而 EDG 在前期其实没有能够拿到特别多的优势的情况下，他们最后压时间是选择 run 了一波 A， 而 A 点不仅有人非常多，其次就是这个奇乐的技能也是。
I mean, once you're still getting through to the sides, it still feels pretty defense-sided. Then again, I mean, it's always going to be defense-sided if your Jet doesn't entry and just has an op and doesn't get a pick in A main.
是，毕竟自选图嘛，
那必须的，
毕竟自选图。对。来看一下啊，
又撞上了，这一波前点想控的，
暗眼推不推呢？暗眼还是得推，
要枪位的这个情况下，
对，
后续看一下打到了明居枪响的一侧，要不要强行的提速？三靠着枪准先打掉了 CB， 第二时间起飞一到，给一个瞬移落地直接挂狙。
No, they don't know what they're doing as soon as an exec actually comes through. It feels like they built a lot of ideas for how to stop fast pushes, but they don't actually know what they want to do when an exec happens like 20 seconds into the round.
慢的对于 EDG 来说，就前面 Nova 只要不漏，它这个慢的就等于没有任何的效果。
而且现在只剩2人的情况下，2打4没那么好打。中区还有一个钩子在后翼，想要去做偷背身的举动是球球。
对，有人在摸，有人在摸，球球在等。OK， 正面一局看看。
What's mad as well is they've taken the KO out of their composition, and they're now trying to use stun salvo to do what the knife does.
Yeah, I was saying this before. I think maybe even the keeping KO would be better anyway instead of breach.
And using KO Teo.
Yeah, all the O's.
I feel like the scan tools like Recon and Haunt are so good on this map.
Not in your hands.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. But if I was rating everything by what gets the most success in my hands, people would be playing Phoenix on every map.
It's like your best agent, Phoenix.
Yeah, I think it is actually. I've got like a 60%, 70% win rate on it.
现在的 B 大对于进攻方来说，控下来是比较廉价的。
是的。现在当然了，其实也会有一个平替的方法。以前控 B 大的方式就是寻敌剑甲奥丁，来自于猎枭。
I don't believe they've made any improvements on that, K-Claw, but I wouldn't be privy to them if they had.
就会被直架，然后如果你不走就会吃精准投放，你只能往后退。
这也是为什么我们在赛前的时候讲到说，预测一下这样图里面可能。
Are there any roles you think might get less useful over time?
自己的一个角度去上场。
Yeah, I mean traditional Senti agents, I agree, have become less impactful because people have been better at getting a feel for when they're getting flanked. And I think people have become better, or the util has become better with its stopping power. So you don't necessarily need like trips and mollies and stuff to stop people coming through. Also, people are getting better at baiting out the Sentinel's util because they know where it is and how to break it and stuff. But people still use a lot of Senti. Especially Killjoy and Cypher, who've got permanent info. Permanent passive information is pretty good. Did he just... I thought Simon there had popped his ult just to die in the salvos.
That would be very Simon, but no. What do you think of them making a roster move? Sort of a roster move.
Well, they haven't, have they?
What, like, will they?
I don't know. I don't know what to think because I don't know what they're doing.
What do you think of Governor? Apex?
I mean, that's weird. Because, I don't know what roles they're playing. Please don't let EDG win this. Please don't let EDG win this, actually.
Nah, you're fine. You're fine. The HP?
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, like, okay, so Governor's coming in to play Sova because Batu was terrible at Sova. And then, who's playing Sentinel? Because Hype was on Senti. Are they just playing... Maybe. Batu, the player that they had opping, and playing Yoru.
chamber.
But he was their Yoru, and now we're going into like probably a meta where you can play Yoru on most of the maps. I feel like things are set up for Floor to go.
B1 literally
Senti.
just won Masters playing a lot of double duelists. Just put fucking Floor on ISO.
Okay, they did, but they had solo initiator, which would mean that Governor plays Senti. Or Mulsi plays Senti, but that is bad. Like Mulsi's util is like perfect for initiator. He's not a Senti player. That'd be so weird.
会不会是一个这个自动哨兵一响，然后接一个山崩地线啊？第一时间没有打这样的一个 combo。
但过点位这个明军没有
Stun through the window. Okay. I see what you're cooking with that one.
市场已经来了，远距离山崩地线给的支援非常及
I
时。
mean, it's just like a shock dart. It's not like you've acted like they've reinvented the wheel.
No, they're not reinvented the wheel. I appreciate the fact that they
Like
had a
they've
little
literally
lineup to help their
just
team.
slightly changed the design of the wheel. Like it's still a wheel. They've just put like a little.
I'm just giving him a little bit of credit for
You just
using
put a little
something.
spoke on a wheel, and you're like, fucking hell.
Did I say fucking hell? Did I say they're changing the game? I just said, oh, nice. You're just a hater. You are.
群间稍微规避一下，这个暗炎可能会成为这一波回防最后的希望。
手里还有一个黑杖，这黑杖有可能要往船坞里面去封一个，因为他已经在搜 B 大了。
Just make Batu become Leaf. Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
chamber.
easy.
Put him on chamber every map. And change his name to Leaf.
反手眼里摸一个，
Nice.
先打一个。
Hold on.
OK， 有机会吗？对枪，球球很稳，先对一个，
Teach you
没有
too
问
good.
题。
还是球球啊。
Well, also
Is 6
Nova's...
enough? No.
No. Nova's B defense did not look good. It looked really bad, actually. They, apart from their ideas of pushing Guang into B main and then supporting him with Teho util or Breach util or something, as soon as they actually fell back into sight holds, they couldn't... I don't think they stopped a single round from EDG, including an eco.
Not on B. Their B was pretty rough.
Their B was terrible. Their KJs in the open 90% of the rounds just fighting. Yeah. I mean, at that point, why even bother playing Killjoy?
那中场6比6的比分。理论上来说，我觉得在亚海全程，即便啊这个 B 场加了块铁板，但是我个人感觉在防守边的这个
A shirt today, King? Yeah, I'm feeling like today's a non-nipples out kind of day.
还是要比较好打一些。
来看下半场的时候，悬念就能揭晓嘛。来看一下。
That was very strange when I first tuned into the stream. And
Were you still banned when you first tuned in?
yeah, that made it even worse. That made it even worse. Couldn't even express my
特别是幻影
disapproval.
现在没有了第三段这个削弱，距离
Silence.
Oh, you're just a classic prude, are you? You don't like to see men naked.
就他这把武器的
I don't like to
是
see
真的
you with no
夸张
shot.
特别是在对手这种经济可能只能起到半甲长枪的情况下，对吧？远距离一枪精准。
If that was Bren, I'm all in.
If that was why are you down for shirtless Bren but not shirtless me?
Shirtless Bren just feels more
啊，那确实。
like Bren. I think just has the aura of someone who would, you know, take a shirt off and just be happy with it.
Yeah, I see what you
Whereas
mean.
you have the aura of someone who would be like, ooh, I don't really want to.
Never nude.
Yeah, never nude.
这场比赛，刚刚也讲到了，其实上半场这样的一个军事。 我觉得现在我们也不是特别好去下一定的定论，因为在这样的一个 B 区的改动之后，到底还是一张很。
Why was I getting butter spread on my head? Because somebody
Was
asked
that you
how
agreeing that
much.
Bren would just take his shirt off? I mean, you know the man pretty well.
I think
看一下 EDG 的
I
这个
think
你要怎么去守啊？其实刚才
he-
拿的大
if he wasn't streaming, would comfortably relax at home with no shirt on. That I agree. I think he has that kind of vibe.
纵使这份 Nova 一直上半场 Nova 一直在阻挠啊，攻防转换。
而且现在
在 A 哦，
对一个维斯在 A， 其次就是对于
All right, what ideas does Nova have on their attack
没有
side?
防守这个齐了打得很舒服。
前点的一个3人是一个
I mean, this paranoia is gonna destroy. But yeah, it did.
补到了。那
I was gonna say Kang Kang dies so no one can dash follow up, and then what does it matter? The floor flashes are getting a lot of play these days. Just dump. It looks so silly, but just like put the vice flash on the floor, and it blinds people very consistently.
2v2? Come on, Nova, you need to win this. Okay.
Oh, Simon's on a heater. He's playing for his job. He's playing for his job. He was top fragging in the first half, and now he's got 13 kills in 13 rounds.
主要是感受到了压力了呀 ，Simon。
Did Brent say he was catching a flight?
你可以看到打到最后的时候。
Where was he going?
To LA for America.
Was he on a? Oh, he's what on the desk or something?
Yeah, I think he's
Or is
on the
he
desk. This week.
divorced you?
No, he's on the desk this week. I think.
那一波是被反击到了，但是进到 A 区那是完全重新的开始。
是。哎，而且 Nova 又出现了这种情况，就是有优势，但是没有办法能够转化为得分，这个真的非常伤。对，看一下整体啊，我们的试赢者鬼。
Kang has an outlaw.
试了一下手感还不
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
而且比较奇特吧，感觉是这个皮肤系列。
I'm not casting until week 3.
直接起了一把网匣。
And that's the week where
See, now this is something where the B
we're going to be
main
doing
orb
something
should
slightly
be
different.
maybe
So
a bit safer now as well.
提了一下 Nova 手上局又没赢。
Maybe someone could play your beloved Phoenix and farm ultibs every round.
maybe.
Not
Maybe.
EG though. EG would send him down cat every round.
这过应该大拉过，如果是小身位过很危险。
主要如果 Simon 看到人，第一时间直架一枪。
Are they
刀子
taking the angle, then paranoiaing off it anyway? So if there was a jet there, they just die and lose the paranoia? That's a nice spray control from Simon.
最后一人
Bro, the-
掉了一个闪光吗？
Put him under pressure of losing a job, and he
Yeah.
realizes what the game is about.
是以前啊，都是 Simon 来给
The
提供一些技能。今天啊，
That setup to take B main made no sense to me. They held attack paranoia off contact. That doesn't make any sense. Once they've taken contact, they're
hold
gonna
on.
die to the outlaw.
It's an eco. It's an eco. We'll give him some grace.
I thought Bren was quitting. Yeah, Bren. No, you're right. Bren is quitting Valorant.
而且 Nova
I've got to find a new duo.
EDG 在进攻场的
Yeah, his flight was to to get away from America.
被 EDG 是接连在摆
He was flying to the NetEase headquarters to learn Marvel
第
Rivals.
三分长枪分很重要，单向烟直接挂出来，康康锋刺顶到很靠前的位置。这个 A 场确实控下来还是比较容易的，对防守方来说。
险些爬虫把中区给看完，照你中区近点是没有站人的。第一时间
EDG going for a reclear out Gelada?
这个经济藤蔓给开了。
No flash use though. They just dry peeked this.
Oh
感
no.
觉也可以吧，毕竟他是一个
Oh no, they're in a lot of trouble.
防卫嘛。
这过点，他总感觉有人哦。
CB is hitting some alright shots
但
here.
是 Simon 顶出来了，带着队友。
What was that? That was gross
A
though.
lineup
但
or
是没有想到还有一
Oh,
个
no.
Smoke 也顶出来了。
The ADS
G2
shooting.
G2.
给打掉了。
Okay.
脸上 CB 断掉一个 ，Smoky 的位置是一个名牌哦。是，
Hey, Defake, thanks for the 100 bits.
先给烟。
Can you and Bren butter each other up at the same time? I can't speak for Bren.
直接穿。
是的，那没有问题。
There was some
主要还是
rough shooting there on that flank play.
主要还是职业
and
赛
some
上面。
well, we need to see the replay. How did ooh
没有太多的容错。
get two?
看一下回头。
Oh,
Oh,
其实是
that's
打
a
了一
bit
张同
filthy.
命中的，但好像是穿板。
啊。
But he should have been dead
可以去反杀的。
as
Yeah, he
soon
should have
as
been long dead.
they saw him.
不可控的因素确实是很常见的一件事情。
8比7，
比分还是咬死。
而且 EDG 刚才这个战术就是我把 A 场控了下来，中路只要有动静我就往前摸，3个人抱团往前摸。
第一时间其实 Nova 优势还真挺大的，差一点点因为那样的一个变数，然后 EDG 可以拧回来。
对，但3门有大的，这个是对 Nova 来说最大的。
Using the aggro wall in B main.
层面上来说，这一分 Nova 的一个，他们对于经济的一个整体。
I think teams should be adapting to faster takes of B main.
是一个平衡的。
刚刚好举到了一
that
个
was
半甲的人。
one of only 2 players that can get killed by the outlaw.
现在进攻这一分对于 Nova 来
Yeah,
说是一个关
that's
键。
rough.
对 ，A 小看一下谁进，知道了有一把蟒匣之后，全甲的人往前顶一顶吧，O in O。
这是一个 A 小夹，但是他们在中区留了人，就是想看看能不能去断掉球球。
Oh, he hits the wall bang into the 140.
是，那这样看。
And now CB's trying to lurk down mid.
有点进不去啊，中路过点其实已经被拿到信息了，看
Let's
一下。
pick the most obvious timing ever, but it worked.
What? He killed both of them.
把球球也打了，但关键爆能。
CB's having a
Right.
game, but it's not making any
虽然打开一条
sense.
缺口，但是这个掉包的位置就让一切重新开始了。
哦
They're distracting quite well for CB. That fake?
That's a kill.
Wait, oh my god, he faked, smoked, actually goes Jenny? Wait, they're
Oh my
frying!
god.
那现在
They just need to get the spike though.
他想要去做反绕吗？
但爆能器在他脸前。
CB and Azir actually played this so.
Oh no.
Oh, please no. Oh my god. What a round from CB. What a round. That was very bad overall play.
You just ended that.
That ended up with CB just hitting shots to kill people. I did like what Azir was cooking though out through A main to
that
distract.
Was cool.
That was cool.
The Omen play was cool for sure. EDG.
Alright.
EDG felt like a bit of a ranked team there where they couldn't talk to each other.
I mean, Kang should not have been walking forwards into mid after, like.
No. Especially when like,
Chichu takes contact.
Well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Chichu takes contact and is like, okay, Kang, they're walking at you mid, and he's like, yeah, let me get a more aggro angle. Why are people... Okay, TMV, what would you price yourself? I'm not saying that we're going to hold you to this, but what do you think I should have priced myself at in terms of putting butter on my head? People seem to think that 100 quid was too low. Don't they realize there's a credit crunch out there?
It's not that bad, is it?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's not that bad.
I would say your mistake was you should have maybe done it towards the end of the stream.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Rather than sit there with it for God knows how long. Many hours. But 100. The thing is, you do have a bald head. Like me putting butter in my head would be worse.
Well, would it though? Because it might act as some kind of like shampoo. Might be good for your hair.
现在看一下3本这个过点有没有收益 ？Nobody 风刺只能打一个，那这个3个人 B 点的防守直接被拆完了。
协同做好了 ，Nova 没有给到 EDG 去截断的。
Yeah, I actually ended up losing 20 quid from that though. So.
Why?
Because eggs have gone up in price, butter's gone up in price. Crazy inflation. Crazy inflation. The finest Kerrygold Irish butter. My wife asked for 20 quid to do it.
What?
So like she wouldn't smear butter on my head.
Would you call that losing £20, giving it to your wife?
She knows exactly what she wants to spend it on, and so it's losing 20 quid from the household budget. Or do you just take control
of all of her finances and just give her pocket money every so often? Is that how your relationship works?
No. But the 100 quid, all the PayPal donos, I told the mods that they could take the PayPal donos to my Twitch channel. Because I never normally get very many. I get like maybe, I don't know, $5 a month or something. And then that $100 is just, that 100 quid's just, oh, whoops, that's straight into the mod fund.
Oh, you didn't take that one from them?
I didn't rob the people.
Makes a change.
Why no invite Mr. Noodle Guy Will Chobra? I don't think Chobra wants to do co-streaming with us because we end up talking about like butter in our heads and stuff instead of the game. They're playing full offsite flank retake because they know that Nova are going to play heavy like this. I like it though.
Well, I mean, again,
what?
Nova seems to have no idea what to do after that kill. They're screwed.
Where did that kill even... I gotta see a replay of that.
They are so fucked. I mean, what? Guys, you can't just have a plan of let's all just sit and get fucking aggroed from 3 different positions. What are you doing?
They got B-site for free. Nobody was there at all. But then they didn't actually take anything.
Yeah, and they knew that the flank was coming because the Killjoy turret got destroyed, and all just decided, let's stay here.
Yeah. Where is the replay of that kill from Kang? I think that first one might have been ludicrous. No replay?
Nobody was there? Yeah, good one.
Wasn't that crazy?
一个 timing 是重生点嘛，刚刚这一局，另一个 timing， 你看，就这一分，其实，在教练视角里是。
I don't think they're cooking with this.
两个 timing 下来，导致
No, there hasn't. Like, could someone cook with this? Yes, we will wait for G2 with anticipation. But on Nova the team to do it. Here we go. Here's a Yorwell play. Let's see what they do here.
上一分对 EDG 来说，我们刚刚讲了是一个绝命分，那绝命分保下来了，现在。
Oh!
They are hitting some good shots onto Kang.
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to
might
just
still
get
win this
away
map,
with.
even though they aren't really cooking.
Yeah, they might.
Your ult now. Just win the round.
EDG 通道能去硬守吗？他们想去硬守，但没守下来。
What?
Oh no! Oh
That's
no!
so silly!
Why have you just come out of the ult? Was that a misclick?
That is so silly.
反手无人机，手里有狂烈之怒的。
What a way to lose.
其实 Nobody 可能都不需要去依赖这个狂烈之怒，
是
慢慢拖时间就好了。
Hold on,
A 小
I'll go.
CB 又杀到，
CB.
给了一定的压力。
It's the same scenario. It's exactly the same.
They know that both are here. Run away. Yeah, there you go.
They ulted. Does CB get caught though by Chishu?
对，现在其实对于
Or is CB the one that does the catching?
搜点。
Oh, that's so ridiculous that Chishu gets that.
33血带着铁骑信源，一泽现在需要
Pyro
Oh,
TFT.
winnable.
Thank you for the
He's
4
one
months.
shot.
就是缺少的那一个。
I'll just chill on
Hope she's
side.
able to eat some dinner today.
I
I don't need money to help feed my wife.
传到了船屋里面，
最
非常
稳妥的
稳定。
方式。
That seems quite infantilizing.
3滴血，这个一定是 CB
But thank you,
爆了血量
appreciate
给到
it.
一泽的。
对，因为
Surely
血
you
量
win
太
this
低
when he's 1
这个
HP,
不
right?
是球就很好去
Or does
释
he
放
ult
这
him?
个方式
Oh, it
去
doesn't really matter because he's low HP.
现在
I mean, the time is so low as well. There's no time for Chishu to clear
而
anything.
一泽在了一个非常关的位置，就等你
Yes! He still doesn't have time.
赢了，但时间来不及了，被拖完了。哇，一泽这个选位非常的好，接在
Oh
船
my
屋里
God
爆能器的距离非常远，球即便打赢这个1v1的
Oh,
残局，
that's a huge round for Nova to win, though, because as soon as Obi-Wan came out of the ult like that and they got sprayed down, that was looking chalked.
是从其实从这个
I mean, why did he come out of the ult?
每一回合都是正确的，每一步都是正确的。
再看一下，
Like in front of him.
其
Like
实这个位置
what's he
I
doing?
don't know. I don't know.
有点戏剧了，
I think he must have
而且
meant
这个反杀其实刚才那么一
to
瞬间
drop
感觉
his
有可能
clone, but he
这一
accidentally
个
came
倒
out
上
the
一
ult.
了但是一泽这个残局啊，选择真的太精彩了。
他也是为什么现在能被诺瓦寄予厚望，而且成长为我们说后场双枪的一名新选手啊。
是，
他的火力真的很充沛。
那现在看一下。
Nova are winning
来说，直接进入到一个混起
and kind of clutching the important rounds, though, to keep EDG's eco very
Yeah,
low.
but do I trust them not to win to win this one?
对，
Exactly.
闪光也正确
No.，
闪光直接来了，看一下这个反应怎么样
Mid-trap，
全部躲掉。
但是有正有反制的
Hold
技
on,
能
value, tail value,
Yeah.
Smoggy
Smoggy died inside the
哎，这份 Nova 像是
salvos
好像
there.
已经知道了 EDG 也许会在中区打这样
They
的。
must have been pretty ready for that.
是的，
I don't know whether CB was inside his iPad that whole time.
没给到机会。
See, now, do you think that the Nova can't breach tail would be better off with a Vice so that you could do walls like this
他们现在只能
and then, you know, use that as like a... We can then stun missile off that.
那 B 包只能回防了嘛。毕竟
You don't like it?
前点的
They tried that with the turret contact, though, which is basically the
Yeah, bro.
same.
走，
The wall keeps you in. Like, if you stun...
Well, it
like,
doesn't
imagine
keep
that
you in,
happens.
though. You just
而且有精准投
you
放，
just bait it out.
末日审判啊，所以对 CB 来说能求活是
Yeah,
最
but
好
you might get a situation like that where they do run through it.
I mean,
现在点
very unlikely unless they've already got picks or baited stuff out. Like that's playing. You're playing against stupid people if they're doing that.
Yeah, this is China.
标准的扛回防的站位。
但前点如果站下来的话，球
I think it might be a good idea.
要不要考虑交？
暗眼推出来 ，CB 在很远正
But
面，如果你罗
I'm
布
not
今天
convinced
等
it's
会
that
儿
much better.
CB 就全是侧身啊，是 EDG 要去做抉择了，他得往点里去挤了。
但有一颗烟啊，这颗烟在拖时间，球现在有点犹豫不前，没有办法去进到点内，想去找 B 长的人，但 CB 这个位置藏的非常好。
Okay, they might actually win.
1v4，一
断枪了
把数位，断枪能断一把，断两把。Nobody 在点名，但是没有办法了，他面前有技能，而且一泽也是那种标配。 收掉了 Nobody。
11比9，现在对于 EDG 来说，这个形势在进一步的恶化。
TMV's calling the players in China dumb, not the people of China. Have a word with yourself, chat. Have a word.
而且前期就这一波 EDG 想要去打反清，也是直接被猜到了。
Why is it that you talk seriously about the game when it's just you two guys? But when an innocent like Chobra or Mike's HD joins you, you go full degen mode. I don't think that's fair.
I don't think that's fair.
Calling Chobra innocent? He instigates. Chobra's the worst of us all.
To be fair, Mike's was a bit of an innocent bystander on perhaps the most.
Yeah, he was.
The lowest we ever went.
Yeah.
I would say it also depends on the time, I think, because like early morning, I mean, then again, I'm not the degenerate, as everyone here knows. Everyone knows where it's really coming from. It was the man with no shirt yesterday.
Well, it's from the chat,
streamed
actually.
shirtless.
It's from the chat. Because, again, it wasn't my idea to butter up my head. It was the chat. Yeah, my chat. But I think it's actually just a process of adding more people. Like, I would say any conversation tends towards degeneracy over time. And the more people that you add in, the higher the chances of a tangential degen.
I also think Bren shouldn't be let off easy from this either. Bren is often...
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Bren is the initial instigator, but he's very much, you know, he loves pouring fuel on a fire.
As do you, frankly. And Mimi is the initial instigator in a lot of these situations, too.
Yes, blame a woman.
TMV is lying. Blood played a gotcha game on stream. If that isn't degenerate in your eyes, I don't know what is XDD.
Did you play a gotcha game on stream, TMV?
I was...
the big titty characters.
No, there was no big titty characters.
No?
That's not the kind of... No,
I mean, isn't that every gotcha game ever made?
Most of them, but there are some.
Oh, you were playing the puritanical version.
You can get it up if you want. Infinity Nikki. It's a game about. I mean, I don't even know what it's about, to be honest.
But I know one thing. None of them have large tits.
It won't get you demonetized. It won't get you banned. There will be no. There'll be no awoogas in your chat or anything like that.
Right. Don't know how much I trust that. Where's this ult going? Through to tree? No. Clearing heaven and hell. I mean, a good ult. A good ult.
Come on, Nova. You've got this. Maybe you don't. Oh my, how are two of you done? Oh, this is like fucking SEAL Team 6.
How did nobody get 2 with this silver ult there? That retake played perfectly. Yeah, it gets hell as well. I'm pretty sure. Oh my god. He just double hit onto Ulingo and CB.
Oh no, they're gonna throw this game, aren't they?
Yeah, it does feel like it. And it feels like they've thrown away a CB life game as well.
Use the Force, Obi-Wan. Fast A split with Stingers, a classic.
Everybody's in mid for EDG. Yeah, I mean, they may have anticipated this. Hello?
They seem to have an idea this might be happening.
When you don't see the plant come through immediately. Perhaps he's making a play. Alright. Infinity Nikki is a free-to-play action-adventure game with dress-up elements. Have you heard of a game called Nikki?
No. I hadn't heard of this game before. My chat said play it.
My chat seems to think that that's the game that you were actually playing, which is apparently peak degeneracy.
Well, they would think that, wouldn't they? Because that's the game, and they would know of that game, of course. And
yeah,
I have
mean,
no idea what that is.
It is,
of course, they do.
It is slightly concerning that so many people immediately were just like, well, it sounds a little bit like this game that's horrendously, tragically horny and horrid.
Yeah, that I've never played.
Yeah, I mean, I've never played it, but I've just heard about it, and it's peak degeneracy. Have you ever played Doki Doki Literature Club? Are you illiterate?
No. Well, those two, do those two have to be connected?
Yeah, I mean, I know how to read, so I've played Doki Doki Literature Club.
Okay, good for you. That's good for you. I mean, you probably did need the extra help.
Alright. Everyone on Nova bunched up around tiles. No mid-play coming through for EDG, as they have done in a couple of previous rounds, and breach ult available. What's going on here? Why are Nova not trying to take B main quickly? They know that Chichu is constantly putting this wall in B main on a delayed timing.
I don't think they've used the clone for it once either, have they?
Yeah, just... Yeah, I don't think they have.
I mean, they literally just pinged out on the map where the wall is.
They've been using this turret for passive B control the whole time, almost as if B is just as dangerous as it always was.
What are we all doing in
the
here?
patches
What are we all doing? What are we thinking here?
They're pondering
We're gonna end
the
the B
orb.
split, I guess.
Nice.
that helped.
CB life game. Smoky has great info in A main though. Oh, wall baited. Flash reclear.
And now they come back A with no one in A main. Ooh, what could go wrong?
This is the exact angle that nobody was fighting on. That caught like 3 players, I think. What? Azir just teleported into a blind.
现在人数上面来到一个4打4的情况，爆能器先给安置。EDG 想要去选择打回防了，但他们那个回防角度很挤，要看技能的一个协同配合。双闪第一时间，湖光玫瑰是被拆掉的，那后续要看枪法的一个对拼了。湖光架住2个，但是 Simon 连补。
Simon live game?
Yeah, he really is, isn't he? Oh, and then kind of beefs the movement, I think, towards the end.
Yeah, the money isn't that great either. Ooh, Nova.
That's a classic brawl as you try to get out A heaven. That's another weird round though. Great kill from CB. What is this?
Stupidity is the answer you're looking for.
直接被打掉，他只有单闪，然后后续下来之后直接被接完了。而且我要讲一点是，我觉得 Nova 今天他们做的真的很好，因为你 B 大那个位置反星知道了 KO 和截锋的信息，顺势直接来到了 A 小强打。
Kang has a judge, a sheriff, and a blade storm.
CB 直接把 A 小的 Nobody 给打掉了。对。
So that's why they're not going fast, is because they're putting a shock dart, one single shock dart at the start of the round.
我觉得现在球球很多才刀或者放前面，这个放在点里也没用。
对，会被假神骗，你还不如
在前点拿信息。
对，前点拿信息当班线用。
Oh no. Wouldn't you rather have a judge here?
He's got stuck! He got... Huh?
And then he TP'd away.
Okay, that's so weird. That is just so Chinese Valorant. That's so weird. Kang was so diligent in the previous round about the fact that they were going to flash reclear even though the wall got baited. And then this time the wall doesn't get baited. He jumps over the head of the player that was stuck there and then dies to the spam and turret. Oh, nobody. He's getting teleported on. Oh, what the fuck is Chichu looking at? Dude, this is atrocious.
Okay, well, I mean, Nova did it. They did it.
Yeah, but they're not playing well.
No,
I guess
yeah,
CB is playing well.
But at some point, you just gotta face the noise, you know.
This is
it is what it is.
This is a mediocre game of Valorant. It's not an appalling game, but it's a mediocre game.
A Simon life game wasted.
Yeah.
All I care about is it's a win for not the old comp. It's a loss for the old meta.
Yes, but I don't know that that was the reason.
Didn't make any difference whatsoever. They could have, both teams could have played either comp. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah. But considering Nova won and there was still quite a lot of improvement that could have been made, I suppose that's a tick in the box for the new meta. There was a lot of ways that Nova could have improved what they were doing, and they still managed to come out with the win.
其实回顾一下，还是感觉
God,
双先锋
bit of a slot map
在
though.
亚海全程对于技能的铺设还是
What do you expect? Like, this is the thing. We've maybe got too used to, you know, half decent teams playing. I mean, I guess EDG you would count in that, but
Yeah, I would count EDG in that, considering they made
get
top
ready,
3.
Get ready, because it's about we're about to ramp up. Tomorrow we get the C9 slop.
C9 NRG.
Oh, it could be extremely sloppy. Could be extremely good. Could be extremely sloppy.
I think it's gonna be good. I mean, maybe I'm just like coping out my ass, but I think we're gonna see some excellence in that game.
Bro, the NRG. When will people accept the NRG? Oh shit! Every single time. How many times do they have to show you over and over again?
All right,
are dog.
Over under 40 kills for Finesse in the series.
Oh, but if it's only 2 maps, you have to do per map, I think.
I mean, surely you take the under. There's no world you're taking the over on 40.
Oh yeah. To be thinking about
kills in
40.
a series.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing? 30 more like. If it goes to 3. 10 per map. 10 per map. Over under.
I think Finesse is going to have a life game in one of the maps.
Life game? What? So he's going to get 12?
You're a generational hater. A generational hater. It's unbelievable, man. Yeah, either way, this was going to be a wasted life game from CB or Simon. One of them. One of them. Surely, even if NRG bounce back as best they can, we aren't expecting them to be as good as we thought they were going to be when Verno was expected to play at peak. Yeah, I mean, I agree. But at that time, we were thinking about them maybe winning a trophy, like a global. So, yeah, the expectations have shifted down to, like, they should be able to make playoffs. And maybe make an international event. Maybe. He hates Finesse's generation. Would you say there is a generational gap between you and Finesse?
How old is Finesse?
40. I'm not sure exactly. Early 40s though, I think.
Nova just made me some money, dub.
I would say
don't gamble, kids.
People...
Yo, Thinking Man's microphone. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. That's very kind of you.
So
thank you.
People born from like 94 to 2001 are like the people I would consider as had a similar upbringing to me.
94. You would say you only would count people 30 and below in your cohort.
Well, what I mean is, like, for people my age, I think grew up at an interesting time where there's part of our childhood that is kind of pre-technology, and there is part of it that is with technology.
Right.
So I feel like it's a very... Whereas, like, if you're born in 93, almost all of... Like, if you're born early 90s, like, if you're born 90, 91, 92, like, almost all of your childhood is without technology. Or
what technology are you referring to? The mobile phone, the internet? Right.
Smartphones, like apps, you know, like people being on...
I don't think we were children when... Maybe you were a rich child, but I did not have a smartphone as a child.
No, like, I didn't have one. Well, I mean, what did you count as a child? Well, yeah, I got a smartphone when I was, what, 14?
Yeah, I can't exactly remember, but sometime around then, maybe like
13, 14, something like that age.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe even a tad older, but that makes sense because I'm a bit older than you. But yeah, that's not really being a child, is it?
Well, you are still I would say, like, yes, because you're still, like, those things I would say are still bad for the child mind. It's not good for children to be on TikTok. You know, from
you didn't have
like,
TikTok. You didn't have TikTok. You're now talking like a boomer.
Vine.
You're putting yourself in the Gen Z cohort when you're acting like a boomer.
Vine, and we had fucking.
We had Vine. I never used Vine.
I didn't either, but people did.
Yeah, you know who did? My wife, who's 6 years older. You're talking about a different cohort who were older than us, so they were, you know, more tapped into.
People at my school used Vine.
People at your school used Vine.
Yes.
The
100%.
older children.
No. People in my year group used Vine.
Well, then why didn't you? Were you too busy studying for your exams or something? You little nerd kid?
No. I never was interested in social platforms, I suppose. It just wasn't for me.
Sounds like the manifesto of a school shooter.
I've never had TikTok. I've never had Instagram. I just never fucking care about these things. I got better things to do with my time.
Like what? Like what better things? Like watching Chinese Valorant?
Now is not a good time for me.
Yeah, I would say if you used MySpace, you're probably a bit... You didn't?
No.
Did your cohort?
That's the thing. I would say my year group was maybe a bit too young for MySpace.
Yeah, I think
MSN.
I think MySpace might be the cutoff. Like, yeah, MSN Messenger. That was huge. That was the main platform that we used actually.
And then there was BBM, BlackBerry Messenger. That was pretty big.
We were still children at the advent of social media. We were children at the transition between dial-up internet to the internet we have now. We were children for both floppy disks and touch screens. Yeah, but does that stop at 1993? Because I reckon someone born in 1993 also had the exact same experience that you're talking about.
Well, yeah, of course. Like, well, I mean, that's an interesting question, isn't it? When I don't know when the cutoff is, but I think that whatever, like 1990, what you would be 16. When did the iPhone come out? 2006.
When did what come out? The iPhone.
The iPhone. Yeah.
Bro, I was not like kids at my school would have a BlackBerry and thought that was the coolest shit.
Yeah, same. Came out in 07. So that's the thing. Like, if you were born in 1990, you were 17 when the iPhone came out. I feel like that is pretty different.
But the iPhone wasn't the advent of that technology.
No, yeah, I know, but I do think that's a pretty big moment. Because, like, from 2006, 7 onwards, I think, is when you start to get, you know, like, Facebook gets eliminated in, 06 or 05. Like, MySpace, I guess, is kind of an early...
Anyway, sorry, we got off on a bit of a tangent here, but would you consider there to be a large cultural divide between Finesse and yourself?
Real ones grew up playing Run 2.
Do you think that Finesse...
Finesse isn't 40, though. How old is Finesse?
How old was Finesse when the iPhone was released?
No. No, I would... how old is Finesse? 32? 33?
Generation is when
so he's what,
91?
He's fucking born in 91. He's older than you. That's fucking mental, isn't it?
Realize the power it had over teens.
Okay, so Finesse is 32.
I guess he's probably just in the same one. I'd say maybe he's the... FNS is the cutoff.
Finesse is the cutoff. So if you're anyone
older than FNS,
so Angel,
generation.
Angel's in a different generation.
Oh, definitely.
Jesse Vash is in a different generation.
Oh, 100%.
Okay. Isn't he 33 today? Is it literally his birthday today?
It's his birthday today.
Is it actually? Or is that... Am I getting one guy by somebody?
Someone said yesterday.
Oh, yesterday. Right. Madrone, thank you. Madron3, thank you for the 51 months. Thank you very much.
So he's born in 92.
So he's 1992. Yeah, okay. So we're saying that our generation is from Finesse until what? What would you like? Because I would say an 18-year-old now has a very different experience than we had growing up.
No,
very
we're not
different.
Going to 07. We're going to I would say to 2000, 2001.
I think those people also have a very different experience. Here's how I would define it as different. I think one of the largest differences is that if you grew up using smartphones rather than computers, like for example, my sister who was born in 2002, I believe, maybe 2001, can't remember. She is quite computer illiterate because everything that she's done with regards to technology has been smartphone and app-based. And that's very different in terms of how she interacts
my
with
brother
tech.
is 99, and I would say that he's definitely still a part of it, though.
So maybe 2000 then?
Yeah.
So find me a pro player who's 25 years old so that we can define the generation in Valorant terms. Yeah. The Valorant this is the Valorant generation. Oh, no, honestly, this isn't the Valorant generation. This is the generation above the Valorant generation. 2002? 2002 in Western Europe or USA also isn't the same as 2002 in the global south. Well, dude, I don't know. We're just talking from our own experience, aren't we? We can't really do more than that. It's all vague and ridiculous anyway.
Exchange programs when you were a child? Sorry, all the Tories in the chat. They don't want us to fucking know about the whole fucking globe.
Surely
we were kids. What the fuck are you talking about?
The Tories are the most likely to have been on cultural exchange programs because they had the wealth for it.
yeah, these are the Tories in your chat.
I would say. Okay, so who's a 25-year-old player? Jorgamo's 1999.
Nah, he's a part of mine.
Ethan is 2000. Oh my god! So
what?
That is wild. Honestly, Ethan feels older.
Why does he aim like that?
Ethan feels older than that. EDG is still running their Waylay stuff. I need to look at Kankang. I was trying to play Waylay on this map last night in Ranked, and I was trying to do what Kankang does in A main, and I could not figure out how he gets the saturate.
You had one good call, to be fair, which was, oh, I'm going to dash at this deadlock. And then you almost messed up and died to a stinger, but you did get the kill.
I did get the kill. I popped off.
But my problem with you is, right, how much fucking Valorant do you watch? When you're watching Valorant, you're like, oh, that's not a good plan. Oh, they should do this instead. Yeah. And then when you play with people that you know and can come to freely, you don't say a fucking word. You don't tell them like, oh guys, let's do this instead. You fight fucking A main every round on Lotus.
It's more fun.
Every single one, and don't ever say like, hey guys, maybe let's try something else. Maybe let's fucking delay the fight, or, you know, just play Retake A, or anything else.
No.
Instead, you just shut up and decide, oh, I'll do the same.
We were playing against a boosting stack. I'm not investing my energy against a boosting stack to figure out how to outcall them. That's a GG go next. That just give up and run at him.
But even on other games, you never fucking give an idea. Like, just IGL the team. You watch Valorant all fucking day for your fucking life. You literally on that stream spent the first part of it fucking noting down on an Excel spreadsheet fucking times people got an assist.
It's a lot of effort.
The biggest fucking nerd in the scene.
It's a lot of effort, man. It's a lot of effort. I sometimes call in my rank games when
mid-round, I just need you to go, let's fucking go A.
I do sometimes call in my rank games when I care about winning, but I'm not gonna invest that level of effort when I'm playing on 150 ping on American lobbies. It's too much to ask from me. Anyway, let's look at the pistol round. Oh my god, I thought that was a triple kill. Alright, so Kankang did a double dash there while stunned, went 2 meters and had to recall instantly out through the smoke dish. So that round, they just got hard counted, basically. Oh my god, Smoggy.
Didn't see that.
Smoggy. Hello, Sideshow. I'm a VOD frog. It's incredibly early in the morning for me, but I wanted to ask you for your podcast recommendations. I'm going back to bed. Love the streams. Podcast recommendations. I can tell you what podcasts I listen to on a regular basis, if you like.
This is what you should do.
You should be listening to Plat Chat Valorant. In terms of, I watch quite a lot of like UK politics podcasts. So I listen to Politics Joe content, Novara Media, The Rest is Politics, The Rest is History. I'll occasionally watch The Rest is Money, but I think that that's kind of wank actually. There's a guy that makes podcast content Gary Stevenson does some all right stuff on economic inequality. Michael J. something or other, I can't remember his name, does some more modern economic, like modern monetary theory kind of podcast content. What else? Sometimes I think it's called the Ezra Klein podcast. Or I can't remember exactly what it's called, but something like that is sometimes pretty good. What else?
Wow. What a win. This is the problem with these second rounds when a team wins. I'm not paying full attention. They just went for a fanatic one.
Yeah, I've got to be honest with you, I wasn't paying any attention either. I just... Round 2s, I zone out without thinking about the fact that...
Stop looking at the chat. They just did a fanatic plan, I think.
No, not Ethan Klein, Ezra Klein.
Plan the spike.
Oh, this round. The dash in and then line up Larry afterwards. Ah, yeah.
就是你只要演练过，你后续哪怕换张地图里面，我再拿出这套阵容，他学习和上手的成本很低。
能够看到马古很淡定啊。
I can't remember his name of Busted Hemorrhoid. His name's Michael J. something, I think. But I can't remember his surname.
这一套利用换棱的一套快速进点，然后去安置爆能器。
Let me find out. It'll be in my YouTube recommended.
非常见效的一个纯前锋战术。
But there's plenty of others as well if you're into stuff that isn't as like politics focused.
好，哎，直接突过来，但是直接被两个人给夹了。这个
There's a lot of like pop philosophy ones too, where they break down the philosophy of some particular person. Those can be pretty decent. There's like really old YouTube videos that would work as podcast content as well, called like Crash Course, where they do crash course in all sorts of different things. I mean, they have economics and sociology and philosophy and geography and all sorts of things.
鬼魅直接中距离，
反手开关门再给压力，你这个 A 塔第一时间控不下来，那这样是不是要到光的这个脸上？但是光这边是没有架住啊。
对，是被 Smoky 给打掉了。2v3。 2把枪，一把是獠犬，一把锋刺。剩余30秒。Smoky 想要先去断一下，但断这个位置很危险哦。
欧手里的鬼魅其实也有机会去击落掉 Smoky。
Good timing on this one.
来铲除威胁。是 ，CB 手里是狂徒。
What else? The rest is classified is actually quite interesting. And then what was the one that Aways was recommending me that I've forgotten about? I can't remember the name of that one.
第一张图感觉打得太难受了，对 Smoky 来说。 而且在数据方面确实也没有很好。
Oh no, sorry, his name isn't Michael. His name's Richard. Richard J. Murphy. There you go. That's the guy who's the modern monetary theorist, economic guy. Again, most of it's going to be UK themed, but Blowback, is that the one that Aways was talking about? The one that was... Yeah. I haven't actually listened to that one yet, though. Oh, he's not using his Saturate! He's using his Saturate for Heaven! Dude, I thought he was using it for Door. I just misremembered. I was desperately trying to cook with that. Well, no, it wouldn't. But I was throwing the Saturate and I was like, why can't I get it to land where he's getting it to land? CB, thank you.
It's quite strange to have a guy play Yoru and then Brim.
一看便知真假，而且高低差的位置，球球已经开始缩了。球球一定是不对枪的，因为 Nobody 为他会做一些吸引。是，球球，哎，但球球被打掉了。
There's no way that CB's allowed to win that.
There's no way.
CB continues the life game, I guess. Onathons, thank you for the 22 months. Thank you.
但是确实2打1的时候，我觉得要拉就一起拉吧。
而且我觉得好像也应该不用那么着急，我觉得可能给了一个错误的信息，以为震到了。 我觉得可能是以为震到了。有这可能。
Swill does not win that. Maybe. I mean, CB's playing pretty great today.
确实有这个可能性，确实有这个可能性。
所以没有震到，然后 CB 这个架枪也非常的稳，2个1v1，对，他都抓到了。CB 啊
，CB 还长舒了一口气啊，刚刚。对。而且要知道，就上一周其实 CB 的状态确实有点低迷啊，
They keep winning these important rounds to knock EDG onto ecos as well.
Oh, no.
How many rounds has EDG ecoed in this series so far? It's a huge amount. I think this might be like their 5th eco or something.
现在管完前面就来管后路，游乐场这边可以看到已经是。
Although I guess they did win round 2.
现在 EDG 的一个存钱分数当中啊，枪械是一个混起的情况，手里终极技能其实还是有一些的，但是他们怎样去打开这个破口呢？
爬虫是不是没发现nobody？
There's.
I mean, why are you doing that anyway? Like, what is the reason for just turning around and fucking, you know, doing the fucking Mr. Krabs me?
会牢牢架死球球的，就看球球能不能意识到，球球没有意识到，而正面已经完成了突破。
Well, they got a chance.
Oh no.
They've got a chance. Oh, it's over.
Oh, why did CB take that fight? Why are you taking that on your own?
Did he just spot him on minimap? A smoggy.
Fuck's sake, even.
Well, there's another thrifty. There's another thrifty.
Smoggy 啊，这个残血的情况下，最后还一颗精准击败。
哇，非常的准啊！这一波 Smoggy 可以说是以一己之力直接预判了对面所有位置的回防。
需要站出来发挥，现在确实需要 Smoggy 站出来。
是。 他其实手里技能还是挺多的，对，第一时间他会直接退出去。
3比2，而这一分过后，直接给诺瓦打进了一个存钱分。
来到后路，第一时间 A 大给了很大的动静，而 nova 想要去做一个游乐场的反清。
哎，然后看到了，先打了一个震的效果非常好。
Okay, CB still gets one there.
Smoggy 补得非常快。 直接打闪被没有被掉，但是问题不大，队友已经过来了，而且把欧林欧赶到了球球的脸上。
那后路只能大脚步放出来推了，因为正面已经全部倒下了。手里也没啥枪，这一分能看看能不能看看终极技能的点数啊，主要是一则差1个，然后 OB1 差2个。
关键是要知道 EDG 现在的终极技能已经全部蓄满了。
是的，
下一分是非常强势的一分。
Yeah. I don't think Obi-Wan and Azira winning this one. This one might be chalked. And then EDG just have so many ults to be able to carry this snowball forwards. I think Smoggy might have won them the half by winning them that eco round with his Guardian that he picked up. Did he pick it up? Maybe he forced it.
相比于刚刚来说嘛，对，现在至少有2个比较强势的终极技能可以用。
然后霓虹有超限暴走，对，就这3个技能是能去做一些 combo。接下来 EDG 近点的时候，哪怕他要用终极技能硬灌 ，nova 也有办法去做一个反扛。
4比2。
Alright, let's see the actual rounds then. Oh, fucking tag time out, brother. Just, can we play some serious Valorant? Can we play some Rifles Online Valorant? We've had a pistol round, an eco round, 1 rifle, maybe 2 rifle rounds, another eco, then another eco. We've had 2 rifle rounds and 4 with pistols.
进一步的崩盘之后 ，EDG 就会接连起势，这个分差就会扩大。对，所以对于 nova 来说，这个暂停的节点里面，下一分是一个非常关键的分数。甚至
We're halfway through the half, and we've watched 2 rifle rounds.
而且终极技能的一个释放来说，两边是否有一定的冗余或者存量，都是会影响到后续的分数。是。
对 nova 来说，如果选择轻松的放点，这也会导致可能 EDG 他们在慢推的过程中发现点内没人，直接选择不交终极技能进点。是。那他们这个终极技能就可以，这个可以说收益最大化了，几乎就他用来去反制你的回防。那我觉得对于 nova 来说，他可能会被迫进入到一个恶性循环里面去。
现在可以看到他们的解法当中，第一点是让 CP 起了一个明车，就是想要去前点位先去下人。 那在 EDG 有5个终极技能的一个情况下来看一下怎样
，OK， let's have a look.
来摧毁掉对方的一个经济啊。
看一下开局，而且 EDG 是选择直接5个人抱团了，他们也没有分为南北两边。
修罗场，想直接冲吗？
直接给了打击速的。
2个终极技能你先给了 EDG。
对，2个终极技能直接给，先把 B 点拿下来。
Oh my god. Did Kanka? Oh, Kanka just tanked the damage from that. I thought they timed it perfectly so that he didn't get. Oh,
how's he alive?
How's he alive? Oh well, he's not. He died to the tail.
He was always dead to that, but
yeah. But the problem is Nova haven't actually got space off the back of that. Although Kanka might be overstepping a bit there. Feels like he has to force something.
A bit.
而对于 Nova 来说，现在不听到这个低包可能会不拉了。
对 ，EDG 要选择先去找突破口，看一下能不能先找到机会。看到了 CB 近距离 ，Smoky 先秒掉了欧林欧。现在人数来到一个
hitting his shots.
They have the spike though. They have the spike.
OB1 又打破了平衡 ，CB 明狙狙掉了 Smoky。
This is on lose.
Yeah.
结束。那对于 Nova
Well,
来说，在这个非常难扛的
there's the rifle round that we were all looking forward to with all of the ults being used, and they just played offsite through ults at the spike and won.
EDG 是交了3个
Nova one step ahead of
而且
EDG.
EDG 的终极技能更多的是往点内去灌，而 Nova 是选择了往后撤，他们先求活，然后再去听你低包的声音，再去反给大招。
他们在你低包的一个瞬间，是因为你一定会少掉一条枪线的。
Quite a dull round in the end there.
杀出来打一个反清，而且正好是打到了0的这个单。
Never happy, are you?
Well, I mean, they just threw ultimates at each other, and Nova won because they started the round off site. Now that is nice little stun combo.
But is that just your bias talking? Because you think that this team is deck from Anthem deck?
Which one? Nova?
Yeah, Nova.
I mean, these rounds are deck from Anthem deck at the moment.
No one yet.
Oh,
knows
here's the
what we're talking
same.
about. Oh,
They tried to do the same thing, I guess.
yeah, but well, they just rotate, full rotate.
对，所以第一时间看到了你 A 包的一个具体站位之后，留了康康一个人进攻明狙，再推一推，看看有没有。
See, this is the kind of fucking sideshow mid-rounding I like to see.
They just spammed into the smoke and killed
Hold on,
both
though. They're
of
gonna come
them.
back to Kankang, and he's gonna get the space.
They breach ulted?
The wrong site.
Why would you
Nice,
breach ult that?
Especially when the Cypher camera is still up.
Yeah, like
You
you
can
could.
see no one is on the site.
What is
your
that
Cypher
breach
camera has
ult?
not seen anyone pass. Oh, now both teams are at it.
I mean, that I think is okay. Oh my god, they are destroying Kankang on these peaks. Kankang is making like peaks that he would normally get away with, I swear. And they are banging him out. Why would you repeat that, Simon? That's bold.
2个人的位置知道了，剩下的最后一人很神秘，但是对于 Smoky 来说，他已经在猜，他觉得 A 大有可能会来。
11 and 4.
缓缓的走来。
11 5.
Smoky 没有架住。
OB1 最后也是打掉了 Smoky， 那这2分过后，其实对于 Nova 而言，他们也是
Yeah, EDG.
这2分对 EDG
This is strange. This is almost like something that we have. Like EDG are normally pretty good or pretty shit. They're now doing like a bit of shit.
Yeah, I mean, they're set. To be honest, I don't think this round was that shit. It's just that they got those 2 players killed trying to get in through tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're having to kind of rescue the rounds from bad situations. Ah, right. Is that why it happened?
The first guy died to the trip, basically. Yeah.
I see. I see. But yeah, it's not. It's not been EDG excellence today.
直接要2段飞，先飞到 Tower 的位置，塔罗先站下来，精准投放也给了，一把封刺。
That doesn't seem like a well-timed
Look
salvo.
where they are. The defenders on B here, though.
Nobody 再一点点推，这个1v1光
Get
打
out.
赢，
Run away. Run.
They don't want to try to flash this and clear Guang.
还要直接2个人同时双拉吗？双拉出来看一下光，被敲了一发头命用36滴血，要开提前枪，看一下效果怎么样。Simon 已经没有子弹了，光2发切标配，他也知道他打残了 Simon， 右键3连发带掉了对手，3杀在下手的位置，
getting their
成功守住了。
pistols out. This is like the send in your champion to duel Guang in the tunnels.
Shave your eyebrows. Food for thought XDD.
That's not food for thought. There's no thought needs to be applied to that. I will not be taking that deal. Not be taking that.
Oh no, ODG.
He's seen him.
给到技能，给到一个阵 ，Smokey 稍微规避一下这个 1v1 很关键。
小身位在护晃，但是 Smokey 也时刻趴着自己的背后来人啊。
对 ，OB1 已经摸过来了。
OB1 已经来了，对于 Smokey 而言，他能一手。
哇
No 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 no
no no no
no no no no no no
no that's not okay. This is not okay.
No.
Smokey 在烟里面，0-0如果禁烟的话
Smokey has saved them from so many
没有
situations.
那么高，事实上还是被0-0给突破了。
对，最后0-0。
Kangkang's getting fried in this match. I don't know what his stats were from map 1, but it feels like he is getting fried.
哇，我觉得这一分其实一开始的突破把人数掰成2打2的时候 ，EDG 特别漂亮做的。
Soup Bear, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you very much.
我觉得这是选手个人选择，相信自己的能力。但确实难度有点太高了，感觉。
而且其实这一分有点隐患，就对于光来说有点省技能了。他如果把神经曲系抛出来的话 ，Smokey 这个位置或许还没有那么高的收益，他会被提前。
I love seeing Breach POVs that look the same as when I play Breach, where I know I want to flash or use Aftershock.
Holding a flash.
Yeah, like you want to flash through a wall, but the game won't let you, and so you're just kind of like scanning the wall looking for an available place to put it through. Like when you're at the self-checkout and it won't read the barcode and you just fucking...
Yeah.
Come on! Work, motherfucker, work!
Yeah, I could use with never seeing your Breach again.
My Breach is lacking a lot of map knowledge. Like where the best flashes are and Aftershocks and stuff.
I would have thought co-casters, you know, the color casters,
yeah,
should be able to play Breach.
No, I think that's unfair. Breach is very much to do with time in the server, knowing exactly which spots to place.
Maybe for the flashes, but for the stuns and even Aftershocks.
Nah, Aftershock is also very much like you have to point it at the right things.
Maybe to be perfect, yes, but
yeah,
there's
to not
basic ones you should be able to
if you just leave gaps all over the place, it's shit.
If we're talking about ranked though, we're not fucking talking about pro play.
Dude, if we're talking about ranked, then Breach isn't even important. It's how you follow up on the Breach.
So you're blaming your teammates?
Yes. Always. How else am I going to keep my sanity?
Why don't you ever play smokes? Why don't you
I do.
Play smokes?
When I try to rank up, I play smokes. That's my main role. Okay, so they've actually just inserted Kangkang into tower, and now they're taking the rope and going to pressure A. This is a weird round.
Yes, but Nova are also confused.
I would be confused. I would assume that Kangkang has left at this point. Really?
Now, what? Now are you going to come back to Kangkang? I mean, now you've kind of revealed that you're...
They definitely could. It's not like Kangkang has heard or received any pressure.
They just put down 2 smokes on A.
Yeah, Smoggy has no smokes left. That is going to be tough. Oh, Guang's missed his opportunity.
But this is the spy.
That stun was a weird one. Yeah, I mean, I thought he was just going to stun where you would normally put a smoke, but...
There's no way they're just going to frag their way out of this. I mean, there definitely is.
I mean, they're fragging together, though. They did fight together there. The team coordination was good. First time chatter. Breach is hard for me to play. You know what? I respect that you admit that. And also, you're correct. Breach has got one of the lowest win rates in ranked. So it is difficult to play because your teammates don't play off your util properly. And if you don't scale off the Breach util, it's useless. And you as the Breach can't, you know, flash yourself in or stun yourself in. So don't worry, little chatter. You're right. TMV's just a generational hater.
I mean,
here he comes.
If they're watching you play Breach, it makes sense.
What is Obi-Wan doing there?
CP 的明区只能狙一个康康，然后被换，这也不太赚，但是他好像穿到了 Nobody， 这个 1v1 能打。
Oh, there goes the spike.
G2 playing in a different game.
You have flash for Guang?
就这个开关门就会有一波对抗出现。
Yeah, there's a flash for Guang to get info at Sand.
爬虫的时间点。
Imagine seeing the map and you just see the G2 fucking.
Yeah, just on the other side.
规避一下精准投放，关键现在。 球球的位置是被神经曲系给拿到了，需要去赶紧做汇合，因为爆能器在 Nova 可以控制的范围内，精准投放给了。
现在对于他们两个来说
，It does feel like Nova deserves to win this game.
去做一个补强和协同，但是有一个
Yeah, I hope they do.
少的是 Nobody，
是山盟地线接着拖时间，直接给终极技能了，把人逼出来往前。
But I also think this is probably going to fuel people to believe that Nova are an incredibly good team.
但是直接是被0-0给打掉，6比5。
Yeah, well they're
Which
missing.
而言，在防守边拿到6分，其实是一个。
Plays Kang with the new player.
It's always fun seeing new agents in play, so much hyperbole over so-called broken abilities. The Waylay just looks a bit underwhelming, even with a
What is the
decent
most
art.
surprising
If you are
roster
running
of all time?
double duelist comps, I still don't see why you would pick this over Raze/Yoru or Jet/Yoru.
I agree with you, Huggy. I agree. I actually don't think the Waylay looks better than the Raze here. You know?
相比于在上一周，能够打开破口的机会少了很多。
对，一旦当康康没有拿到换能体系的一个优势和破口的时候，你就会发现 EDG 需要去对那种很危险的枪位。
来都来了，直接终极技能换，山盟地线也给了，这个位置 OB1 很危险 ，OB1
Okay. And they're smoking top side.
Yeah.
腿了，康康，帮队友成功接了下来。
He got that smoke with 150 ping. They got no chance.
Oh,
nice. Oh, there you go.
A sad slow death.
是的，后续，超线暴走激发之后啊。
They tried to get this round working a while back as well, but they just got stunned dish. They happened to pick this attack strat at the same time as Nova picked fighting dish.
那开关门以及 A 大这边 EDG 还是坚韧的守住，
背一下。 Simon 一堆技能往外灌呀！现在反正上半场的最后1分，小技能也没有必要留。
而且你看 Smokey 的一个位置已经退得很。
Yeah, I think if they buff Waylay, there's such a fine line between Waylay being like mediocre, like she is right now, and broken. Like if you made Waylay pull her gun out quicker after she dashes, or made her be able to dash without getting rid of her gun, so you can use it more on defense, then I think she'd be busted good.
而这一分抓不到人嘛？对，这一分其实
I think there's such a fine line.
到点内能拿到优势的分数了。就其实从康康不管是战绩也好，还是比赛内容能够看到，感觉打起来相比于上一周来说，确实收益低了很多。
They might tweak her in the future, but I really think there's a really fine line to tread with Waylay.
不占前点，不占包点，对吧？你这前点技能等于有点白交的感觉。
半场下来，现在对于 Nova 来说6比6的一个情况啊，这是他们相较于第一周的表现来说，一定是。
While watching Boaster's stream, I noticed he was playing a lot of offsite intervention during the plant by spamming through smokes.
是的，这属于一个666啊，666
双击，这是
双击
666。
Do you mean just like spamming to try to stop the plant from going down?
OK， 这个康康粉丝，
行，换个手势，没问题。
双击。
Make her recall give back the health and ammo that she used in that time.
现在对于 EDG 来说，其实来到下半。
That's an interesting buff because I don't think it would make her broken, but it would be a big buff.
那下半场看一下要不要做一些防守前顶的一些动作，因为幻棱这个体系确实在先锋的资源上面你要给到他非常多才行，就他自己的一个作战能力，我觉得甚至相比于霓虹。
Yeah, I mean I don't really know Terminator Tag. I don't know what map you were talking about.
那么问题来了，对面是霓虹啊，对面是。
Some people love using the Odin. Personally, I've never gotten to grips with it in ranked, so I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't know the angles to shoot and that kind of stuff. On Fracture? Fracture doesn't have that many places, as far as I'm aware, to get good value out of the Odin. But maybe you could. Maybe you could get great value out of it. I mean, spamming this kind of angle is really good just with a Phantom or Vandal, so might be crazy with an Odin. I could see somebody cooking with it. But I don't think it's got very good like wallbang spots, so that's what people tend to try to optimize. Rolling in the smokes. Did he hit that? I think he just got gifted 2 ridiculous right clicks out of that.
Yes.
Because the first one hit as well, didn't it? He hit a...
Something hit him, yeah.
He hit a 58, he hit a headshot. He either hit a headshot or, like, multiple body shots. That's criminal. I want to watch that back. What happens there? Not sleep time, my motherfucker.
How to fix Waylay. Turn her into that British lady person from that Overwatch thing, and give her the teleport thing from the Japan Shrine Maiden lady from Overwatch as well for laughs XDD.
Oh no, he's 78 health already, so he's already taken 1 bullet, and then he takes 1 more bullet there.
Oh my god, they're gonna lose the round.
Jesus. What?
Wow, what a throw. Oh, that's unbelievable.
Oh my god. Why is it...
Oh my god, I can't believe they've just done that. What are they doing?
Shut up. It's 7-6. 120 on the clock. Eco round. No one's doing a goddamn thing and you're baiting me. Turn her into that British lady from Overwatch. Give her the... I mean, she kind of already is, isn't she? The British lady from Overwatch. I did not say that I would do head-to-toe butter. I said I would butter up my upper body if we got to 1,000 subs. And also, we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it. Like you guys don't want to give me money.
What do they do?
You guys don't want to give me money, and I respect that. Your money's more important for yourselves, and I don't want to get dressed up in butter. So we can all just agree to let the whole thing lie. Let sleeping dogs lie.
We're good.
Yeah, you thought there was going to be a thrifty round with EDG? Surely
In this
not.
game, round 2,
Surely
round 2
not.
of Fracture, Nova versus EDG? Surely not.
他现在知道开关门或者说 A 大的位置一定是人多，而对于他来说时间是不是有点太紧了？1拆3的情况下选择先去主动去打人，是
没有办法。关键是你信息，你即便确定了，但是想
Didn't you say that with the eyebrows? Well, yeah. Which was real and true. I heard you said you'd boof a block of butter for 5 gifted. That's not true at all. That's horrible. In fact. I barely watched China. Are EDG just shit or are Nova good? EDG don't look that great today. CB's having a really good game individually. Nova have got some decent ideas, but also EDG are just struggling, I think. But Nova are shooting back. Nova are winning some important moments. Kangkang's having a rough day. Can't find any value out of the Waylay. The one undone ideas that EDG was doing a lot the last time they played Waylay are now no longer working. They're doing a lot of dashing into tower, but Nova have not been playing people into tower. They were doing a lot of dashing like this, but Nova were ready for that as well. Now we've barely seen EDG on defense yet, though. This is only round 15, so. Yeah, and Kangkang was also going for a lot of peeks with the operator and just getting shot in the head, so credit to Nova for that. There's the neon power.
Read the updated Mr. Josh XDD.
Yeah, I saw the updated title. Like, exclamation mark, sub goal or whatever. I'm just worried that it'll contain lies.
而且关键光已经过来了，他面前的烟散了。光想把自己藏得更加神秘，我手里只有一把正义。Simon 要架的点太多了，他要架的点真的太多了。光要不要找机会抓到一个侧身，先秒了一个。那 Simon 的位置是名牌，他只能先去打，必打打掉之后6把。1打1，
No, Nova.
Oh my god.
Could have ended it. Could have stuck that knife in their heart. But the Simon life game continues. Although he's had a bit of a quiet map this time. It was a nice start as well.
What's your timer on?
43, 42, 24, 23. Spike. Beep. Beep. Beep.
Why didn't you say the death slam?
Fucking slam that fist!
What's it on?
6, 5, 4, 3,
Nice.
2,
We're synced.
1. They're saving after winning? Never mind, they're cooked. They fucking trolled.
Oh yeah, they are. Damn, they really didn't have any money though. Nobody bought a sheriff util, and he's got 1900 credits. He could have bought what, like Stinger light armor or something.
But now they're in trouble. Because like this outlaw now, like they're gonna have first loss bonus, so he doesn't even have enough to buy a Vandal full shields next round, so the outlaw's just gonna cook them again.
Yeah.
You saved and you're gonna get.
Oh, he got the gun back.
Wow. Look at him go.
Oh.
Like they have to win this round, otherwise they are in a lot of trouble. And then someone's on 50 credits. Who was that?
Thank you for the 2 months. Yeah, I think they've. I think, was it Smoggy? No, it wasn't Smoggy. It was somebody else anyway. Forceport. Simon, maybe. Because Simon lived the round, so he had to buy his util and bought armor.
Yeah, and now Kang has a fucking sheriff because of that.
Why
would
Kang have a sheriff?
Simon!
Dude, why Kang's taking first contact with a sheriff? He's not having a good day, but like...
They need to win this round. I mean, you have to breach out this round.
Kang's fucked. Nobody's fucked. It's over. Nova have actually won. Hello? 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 Oh my god, Smoggy swings through while stunned! Why?
Oh my god, what is going on?
They're
fucked again now.
This is
now
poo.
again, they only have second loss bonus, so again they won't have money. This is why you don't save, by the way, after you win a round. You never fucking do it. I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick of this.
Dude, this is poo.
整体技战术的一个发挥是非常的行云流水啊，是没有任何一环我觉得是可以去挑剔的。在这一分背闪过来，第二时间虽然说
What is CB up to? He's gone into his own team's. He's gone into his own team's Tejo stun, and then they get rewarded.
To be fair, that's like Medal of Honor shit. I'm gonna swing through this smoke even when I've got no chance.
It really is.
That's how much of a team player I am.
I mean, yeah, play your life though, maybe a little bit, a little bit.
前顶，但是现在 Nova 是可以去打得非常慢，他们可以很放松，他们知道 EDG 现在会非常急迫的想要在点。
Why the fuck does Chicho have 700 credits? Why is he?
I mean, they do have max loss bonus now.
Yeah, but again, they know they've got an outlaw. He's now again not gonna have enough money to get full shields.
Yeah.
没有被清掉，而且地包已经进去了，正面还能对枪，好像能机会全收啊！第二线的双拉拉出来，只剩康康了，切到标配，原点还有光在。
All right, well, this is gonna have to be a monumental comeback from EDG. Otherwise, they're losing in their very first game back from Bangkok.
No, this is the second game.
Oh shit, yeah, it is. Sorry. Erectile dysfunction gaming. Did you see that when the Chinese fans were calling them that after they got knocked out of
someone named their fantasy team
champs? Dude, my head is still so oily.
就很多的一些战术或者打出来的时候 ，EDG 做了一些，就像上一
My head feels so greasy.
Still,
After I showered and I shampooed my head twice, and it still feels very oily. I think it got absorbed into my pores. Seriously, because like my head felt like slick with butter, and then when I felt it again 2 hours later, it just felt like very
Did
greasy.
it get in your eye?
No, it was running down my head into my eyebrow, but I think I caught it before it hit.
配合的一个整体5个人的一个团队的感觉就马上就出来了，是做的事情是不会脱节的。那现在比分的优势也在于 nova， 而来看一下 EDG 在这个危急情况之下暂停回来之后，他们手里也有终极技能，他们能否去把这个比分接着咬死
This is the round. You have Waylay ult, you have Taeho ult. You've got tools to be able to work with here.
终极技能还蛮多的一分，康康有大 ，Nobody 也有大。
Smoke 也只差一个点。
What are they doing? Nobody is alone.
That's the first time anyone's
Okay,
done
good.
that.
Good cover from
Get
Chishu.
suppressed and run in. That's a good idea with no other user.
My legs have stopped working.
Run into a fucking suppress and then just fucking keep going.
Well, they know that they're on the flank, so they're trying to react into B now. They could be using Taeho ult here to set up the flank. Like they could Taeho ult like out tower and arcade.
Oh, it's strange now.
Are we gonna set up for Smoggy or Kangkang at all? Are we gonna do anything to set these guys up? Any piece of flash, stun, ult? Alright, there we go.
He is the slowest man in the world.
Oh,
wow. Oh, he didn't even get stunned. I thought he got stunned.
Okay, the Taeho ult does
The
come
cows
through.
are slow. The Cypher though, look at the Cypher. Never mind, he's trolling. Never mind, he's giga trolling.
但是拉出了3本线被打了 ，Nobody 精准投放给出来。
Oh no! Oh
you
no!
swung,
No!
nobody!
No!
You swung before the damage.
属于自己的赛点分。
Oh my god,
有些时
man.
候这样的一个关键分数当中，就需要选手有。
That round is like two teams that don't understand what the util of the opponents does.
You've got all these fucking pro players. You got tens complaining about util. Watch this game.
I mean, no, this game would reinforce it because the players are playing around the util so badly. They're getting caught by everything. They're getting caught by salvos. They're getting caught by suppress. They're getting caught by everything. There's no honest gun duels in this match. But it's because they're not anticipating it. Alright. Big kill from Kanka. Everybody else has light or no armor.
What could go wrong?
精准投放在手里，捏着。
Smoggy
关键
dies
是
to
现在
one
诺瓦
missile.
欧林欧还有惊雷卷地啊。
Do you breach ult now with no neon?
决斗互换之后，对于 Nova
I would
而
say
言，
no.
他们选择把自己的脚步先放慢，而 Nova 已经开了一个前期把游乐场的位置给清干。
Well, they're brim ulting.
天光束，但是正面
Nice.
之前，
Never
双
mind,
翼
we
先
used
打
it
掉了一
with
个
no
同时
chance to...
Hello? What? Simon?
反手止损打进包点，高低差有一个队友。
欧林欧直接秒了2个，那现在关键爆能器的位置在沙地非常尴尬，赛博球龙直接给，光是被秒了，后神经取息。
I feel like Olingo wins this. Oh, that was close.
Olingo?
That's apparently how his... Yeah, that's what
It's
his...
not Olingo.
It is. It is.
It's not Olingo. You can't add fucking multiple letters to your name.
It's... Okay, it's because O is O and Ling
Yeah, I
is
got that
0. Well, Ling is 0, so it's like O0O, Olingo.
打掉一个，但第二时间欧林欧就进来又赚了2个，
是
太快了变化的。
And then if there's 2 of him...
Stu Olingo, is it?
但对于诺瓦而言，在常规时间依旧还有4次
Fucking hell,
可以
that's
终结比
terrible.
赛的机会。
But like the worst kind of joke. Obvious and terrible.
This smoke is a very nice one.
球球已经换防来到了 A 区。
Oh, CB? Oh no, I thought he was going to push more.
要出吗？敢出吗？现在
Smoggy stopped holding the smoke. They just spammed Chishu to death. And they're through. They didn't play in front of the smoke. Smoggy just abandoned
Oh, look at
Chishu.
CB, look at CB.
Simon making up for the whiff.
What is going on?
Making up for the whiff in the previous round. They need to wait for nobody though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's over. This is over.
So long. You've waited so long.
Okay, that hit his head apparently. That hit his head. Yeah. Not a GG though. A BG.
Oh, no way. He's low though. He's 33 HP. He's one body shot.
He's got. That is the most fitting way for that game to end. That is by far and away the best way for that match to end. I mean, that sums up the whole match.
My God, what is he doing?
Oh, Jesus. That was not a good game.
No. Bruh. Simon with just the actual giver.
That was very underwhelming as a match.
It had a funny end.
Yeah, it had funny moments throughout, but it was just so...
Nova are serious dough respecters. Steak for dinner.
It was just so... limp. Yeah, and messy, yeah. Nova did play better.
Yes, the better team won for sure.
But, like, they weren't playing to an incredible
it wasn't like
level.
an unbelievable Nova game where
No.
you're like, oh my God, this team's amazing. It was just, they aimed pretty well, to be fair.
Yeah, the shooting was good. But God, that was pretty flaccid. Thinking Man's Microphone, thank you for the 1,000 bits again. Nova are serious dough respecters. Steak for dinner. Wow, you made a good gamble apparently. If you can afford to be just throwing me 10 quid like a tip to the dealer. Steak for dinner tonight, boys. Is Smite 2 out? People in my chat are asking, is Smite 2 out? Do they mean the skin, or do they mean a follow-up to the over-the-person MOBA?
They surely mean the skin, and the answer I think is no, because I will be an absolute buyer of that. I will be a day one buyer. Find me in the queue.
Are they actually releasing it for April Fool's?
When new iPhones come out, do people still do that?
I assume so. They still have a cult following.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Create your TMV fantasy team? How?
Yeah, go on.
We don't even know what roles people are playing. Okay, let me... Yeah, I'll say... You know what? I'll do it. Send me a link in the Discord.
You said, how are you going to price it correctly so that it's not trolled? Go on. Do it.
Go on then, let's see.
Give me the feedback.
Can I get a link in the Discord? Will I continue the stream? I'll continue it for a little bit, but not very much.
You need to connect your Discord account to it.
Oh my God.
And then you just go to team and do it. You can read the rules if you want to as well.
I clicked register with Discord and it said pages under construction. Oh, but there is a register button.
Yeah. Just click. Yeah,
I see.
Just click in there.
So you're just harvesting my details.
Yeah, they're already shipped to China.
Okay. What do I do here? Wait, I've already registered though.
Yeah. So if it says log out on the account page, then you're in.
Oh, right. But when I go back to the home, it still says register. Gotcha. So I go to team. I'm going to build my team. I've got 100 VP credits.
Yeah.
And sorry, how are points scored? So is it based on who's playing this week or the whole season?
So you keep a team. I mean, there is a rules page where you can read the rules. But you keep a team throughout the entire stage. You get 1 transfer per week. Because EMEA trolled us, EMEA starts in week 2. So just know you probably don't want a ton of EMEA players week 1 because they trolled us. So they have their own week at the end, essentially, EMEA. But you get 1 transfer per week. You can make changes up until so this first week starts with the C9 game, but then from there it starts with the EMEA games. you get 3 wildcard players, which are any role, and you pick 2 from the other 2 from roles. You can only have 2 players from one team.
Right.
Max.
Okay,
Other
and the
than that-
points. So +1 for a 10k in a map, +2 for a 15k, +3 for a 20k.
Yeah.
And
going
then
up in
if you get
fives,
right, +1 for any map win, +2 for a 2-0. Right, and then the more blowout, the better.
Yeah.
But I can only have a team for the entire stage. I can't change it on a week-by-week basis.
You can change 1 player each week.
Only 1 player each week. Damn. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to find the most blowout game we can in well, actually, we want to find which team is in the easiest group. Which team's in the easiest group? And that's across all regions, isn't it? All right, so let's
not China, but the other 3.
Not China. Okay, so we've got Americas, Pacific, and EMEA. So, I mean, Sentinels have got a decent group here. They're in a nice spot. They get to farm 2G. But then the other games are quite difficult. Honestly, Crew might even be a good shout. I don't know. 100 Thieves, Crew, Loud, Sentinels, that's going to be quite an even group, maybe. This group, G2, have got... Well, not MLBR, sorry. I'm thinking about old MLBR. They've got Furia. They got Cloud9's probably a farm game. Honestly, the Americas is not super unbalanced.
No, the other regions are more so.
Right.
And each week you'll pick 3 players to bench who will score 0. You'll have an IGL who will score double points.
Right.
But like for this first week, EMEA will score nothing because they don't play.
All right, so I'm thinking about T1. I'm thinking about G2. I'm thinking... who else? I mean, that's a tough group that Vitality, Fnatic, Heretics are in. They've actually balanced the groups fairly well. That's annoying.
In what? In EMEA?
I feel like... kind of, yeah.
Omega's and EMEA now.
Omega's easier, but who farms it?
Foot, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It might be Foot.
Likely choice.
Yeah. Like Foot or maybe TL. And then you just bench them when they're playing against the other good team in the group. All right, so then what are the most unbalanced matches of week 1? Because that's another decent place to start, I think. So week 1 has Americas and Pacific.
Later, I think. T1
Have they really?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, G2 are playing against Furia, man. That is going to be... That's a slam dunk. All right, but we already wanted G2 players anyway. And then what else we got? We got EG are playing against 2G. That could be a hidden incredible value players, actually.
Yeah.
And then...
I'm going to warn you right now. Like, if you're picking like G2 players, which you should probably get. Like,
yeah, they're going to be expensive.
Yeah, you're going to need some shit players.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be players who you don't really want. But that's the point of the game.
Global... No.
T1 plays Zeta, that's pretty... I mean, you hate Paper Rex, so DRX, you must be looking at DRX players.
I mean, maybe I should be. Maybe I should be. Genji.
Genji Boom?
Genji Boom I'm looking at. Genji Boom could be a good one.
Not if you're Chobra. Chobra's picking Boom players.
I mean, that's crazy in my opinion, but yeah, that's true. All right. Let's have a look then. So... what do these symbols mean? I can't remember.
So, top left is Duelist. There is 2 players on Duelist, if you click on it, that are 99 cost, because I just don't know what to do with them, so I don't know if they'll play.
Oh,
so
I see.
Foxy9 and Vac, like, we don't know if they'll play or not, so we've just kind of put them there for now as, like, placeholders, essentially. But everyone else is correct.
Okay, so these are the cost of the players. Let's go from the bottom and see if we actually find players that we like the look of. Icy on EG when they play against 2G this week seems like a steal, frankly. I could see that being a nice pickup for only 10 credits. But I think Duelist is where you're most likely to get the most points. Because they're going to have...
The Duelists cost more than the other roles.
Yeah.
Because they get more kills.
Yeah. So we've got Texture up here. Probably overrated slightly because of Genji last year. They might not have as much success this year. But he's playing against Boom this week. Zeus is 13. And he's playing... I don't know who he's playing against actually this week. But we don't want as many EMEA players, do we? For week 1. We at least want to be able to bench them. How many can I bench?
You can bench 3.
I can bench 3. So I want 3 EMEA players, basically.
Yeah. Having 3 EMEA is probably the correct play.
Right. So if we want 3 EMEA players, what if we went for like Icy? What do I have to do? Hit save or something? Add
you
players,
just
right?
go to the top and
Right. So let's go. Let's pick Zeus. Let's just fuck around and find out how this works. And then, what other EMEA players do I want? Let's see if we can get somebody from Team Liquid who's going to do a lot of fragging. Honestly, I don't feel good about that, though, because who?
Kiko.
What?
Kiko?
Surely you've priced Kiko really high, haven't you?
Yes.
He's literally the highest cost controller. That's the worst pick I could make. That is the worst pick I could possibly make.
What would you want me to do? Of course he is.
He's not gonna play as well as he did in kickoff all year. That's out of pocket. All right. So
do you want me to give you a tip? Do you want me to give you a TMV tip to everyone right now watching this? You want someone who is like a 5 cost player. You want someone who's one of the cheapest players who you'll just bench every single week. Is a very good way of doing it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Wait, are they in your wildcards as well? Wait, what is a wildcard pick?
A wildcard, you're gonna pick anyone. That's anyone from any role, assuming other than if you've already got them in your team.
Gotcha. Okay, I don't think I like anyone from EMEA because they're all gonna have. All right, who do I think is? Yeah, I mean, maybe I go for like another Foot player and just bank on Foot, but that doesn't feel like very good hedging my bets. Who's gonna frag the hardest on Foot?
Zeus, Yetterjay.
Honestly, I'm not even sure. Is it actually Yetterjay though?
Yes-ish.
Where's the Foot players? Yeah, I'm looking for Mr. Fallen.
You can sort by team if you want.
Mr. Fallen's an 8 cost player, and he does frag kind of decently. Oh, you can sort by team. 8 cost Mr. Fallen might be a decent shout. Then Ada Captain. I don't think Ada Captain's better than Mr. Fallen for this. And then who have we got here? We've got Yetterjay at 10.5. I think we've got to go with Mr. Fallen. Mr. Fallen does frag like decently well. Yo, what's up? Thank you for the Red Get Deluxe. How was the stream? Okay. Now who are we looking for? Who's my 3rd EMEA player? No, I feel like maybe we just get an EMEA player that's shit.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at who's maybe underpriced in EMEA. Angel?
Oh, yeah. The cost thing has a little bug where you have to press it twice to get it to sort correctly.
I see.
For some reason, we've got a bug where it sorts them by their VLR ID number. Accidentally.
That's strange.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So who are we looking at? The least expensive, Molsey. How do initiators get points?
They get the points the same way everyone else does. It's just kills, map wins.
They don't get like assists or something?
No.
Oh, Christ.
No. It's just simply
well, Mulsey, you are never getting picked if it's based on that, man.
Do you want me to? I can actually give you some of the points. The 2G players got minus points. That's how bad they were, because they were losing maps by 10 rounds. Yeah.
Oh my god.
The 2G players got minus. Everyone else at least got points, but yeah, Mulsey didn't get many points. He got like no. I think his points per game was like 1.
Oh my god. Who else might be underrated here for Initiator? Shiro? If Boom do better than expected, Shiro might be okay. I was seeing some scrim results that like Koi were slapping people in scrims, which would just be insane if Flyer was doing well. Shados is only 6 points. Now that... Wait, Batu? Batu is listed as Initiator. I'm going all in on the fact that Batu is going to be a duelist.
Yeah, that's the thing. So the roles are done by whatever they played the most during kickoff, unless there was a roster move on that team. Which there was for Apex, but it happened too late.
But also, okay, so that's my 3. But I can't bench them, right? Because can I bench both of my initiators? You can't bench them yet.
Don't bench them yet. You just have to create the initial team first, and then...
Yeah, but can I bench both initiators at once?
Yeah. You can bench anyone you want.
You don't need to run a, like... Right,
No. Right. The bench is free to bench whoever you want.
Okay. So, lowest cost players here for controller, we've got some absolute shitters. I mean, no, we've got some good players on bad teams who I think are going to do badly. DOS9 might frag. He might be a decent shout as a cheap pick. Who else have we got? Grabinho? Honestly, Grabinho's not a bad player either.
Remember, he is EMEA.
Yeah, he is EMEA, yeah. I'm just looking for who I think is the most underrated for the cost.
But so far it seems like you haven't dismissed me as, you were those other ones where the pricing is dog shit.
Well, I haven't looked. The problem with the pricing being dog shit for the other ones is they're only listing like 15 players. You've literally listed every player in the league. So there might be a few that are like, I think Batu might be a bit crazy underrated because he's going to be playing duelist for half the games.
Maps. How many maps will Apex win?
Oh, yeah. That's a great point. That's a great point. Superman was having a great kickoff performance, actually. Poppy was clutching quite a lot. Poppy was playing pretty well. But now we're getting into fairly expensive players, to be honest. I'm feeling DOS9. Invalid team, you already have this player. Yeah, I already added him. Wait, I'm a fucking idiot. Okay.
That's good to know it works, though. That's good to know that it doesn't let you do that.
Yeah, true. Why is Munchkin listed as a Smokes player?
Because that's what he played most during kickoff. Again, I just made that as the rule. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Obviously, like, he will play more Initiator, but I had to come up with a rule, I suppose.
Persia for Nongshim might be a decent shout. I mean, he's a good player. I mean, these players are all way too expensive. Banking on somebody good to continue being good is a fool's job. I feel like there's got to be some like big fragger somewhere down here. I mean, Shinon was playing okay as well. He was having some decent games, but I don't know how he was. Like Papi was winning some good clutches. Honestly, I do feel like going for... Okay, we need to not go... Yeah, we need to go for EG. EG. Superman is going to fry 2G. So we've got 2 EG players because they're going to fry against 2G. We've got 3 EMEA players that I think are maybe a little underrated. We want some Gen G players. Honestly. Oh, I've got Boom, even though they're playing against Gen G this week. DOS9 might fuck me up here, actually. Okay, how many points do we have? We still have half of our points remaining with 5 players. But that's worrying because we were trying to pick underrated. That is worrying. Let's see if we can go big with a Gen G player. Wait, what role is this?
The duelist cost more. So do you really want EG players next week?
Do you really want EG players next week? Well, next week I'm gonna sub out the EG players.
You can only sub out one, but yeah.
Yeah, but I can bench them and bring in the EMEA players.
Yeah.
So then we're doing fine. Sentinel. Okay, Sentinel. Dude, you've still got Benji Fishy rated so high even though he had a terrible kickoff.
Bro, he... like.
Let me get a cheap Benji Fishy.
No, because then you would just pick Benji Fishy, wouldn't you? And everyone would just pick him. That's the point. It's like based on how, like, it's a mix of how they did in kickoff, like what the actual points in kickoff were.
How is Finesse rated 6?
Because he doesn't frag. He gets no kill points.
No, I'm saying, why is he so expensive? Why is he not worth 5? Governor for Apex. Nah, picking Apex is trolling, surely. Wild Oreo on Secret. If I really think that Secret are going to do better than expected, then that might be a shout. Damn. Damn, there are not some nice Senti picks here. Mini for Gentle Mates is now the IGL. And it's not like I'm expecting Gentle Mates to do much. What am I going with? Yay? Nah, there's no way. Flashback for DRX is a shout. Because I felt like he actually had quite a poor beginning of the year. But last year he played very well.
Yeah, that's why he's... I would say he's maybe slightly undervalued because his numbers in the kickoff were pretty bad.
Yeah. I could go for Margaret. We could get Margaret Thatcher on the team. No, I think we're going to go for Flashback. I think Flashback's a good pick there. But I do want a Gen G player, but I'm not going to go for Suggest. That's crazy. So maybe let's go for the wild card pick, and let's have a look at the Gen G players and see how they're listed. So Foxy9 is the most expensive player in the league, which makes sense because he is the best player in the league as well. That makes perfect sense. Texture's 15. Karen's 11.5.
Can I just give you another tip as well? That you will want someone who's very, very good, or you think will be like one of the best players, to be your IGL.
Oh, because they get double points.
Yeah. So picking someone who's like reliably good is going to be a good pick.
Let's go for Karen then. I mean, Texture might be that pick, to be honest, but 15 just feels too high. What about a duelist? Like, do we have a duelist that... Duelist. Wait, Floor is down here. Okay, how does it work again? So, if Floor frags out...
Yeah.
How many points for kills?
So you get +1 for 10 kills in a map, 2 for 15, 3 for 20. It's every 5 you get 1 more point. You get a point for a 4K. You get 3 for an ace. So Floor got quite a few aces, so it did get...
All right, but if Floor drops...
Well.
If Floor drops...
Do you want me to... I can give you Floor's like points per game. I can
sure.
tell you what it was.
If Floor drops like 15 a map and then gets 13 8 losses every single map, what does that average to?
So Floor averaged 10 points per game during kickoff.
Okay.
For instance, like Sociable got 10.25.
Sociable got 10.25.
Famous got 9.5. So, you know, a similar sort of realm.
Oh my god.
May got 10.5. Mako got 10.3. Like, for instance, Hyunmin got 13.3, Freeing got 12.3. The top scorer,
yeah, Hyunmin and Freeing,
Durka and Mada.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, they had incredible tournaments.
Yeah, Mada is on 16.3. Oh, Jemkin, actually, yeah, the RRQ players all scored, and Nongshim players all scored highly because they had that crazy overtime game, and there is no...
Oh, right, yeah.
You basically, you want to root for crazy overtimes because you just get more kills, and there's no, like...
Interesting, right? Yeah, it's not based on kill per round, it's based on overall kills. So actually, you don't want people to have blowout games. You want people to have 2-1s.
No, but this is the thing. You get extra points from the maps if you win by 5 rounds or 10 rounds.
Oh my god, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
It's almost as if it's been thought out.
Well, I mean, barely, is what I would say to that. So Mada is 14 points currently. Buzz is also 14. Maybe we want to pick up, like, a Buzz? Or Dujazine. He might feast on Loud if he's playing like he did at kickoff. I think I'm thinking too much about good players on bad teams. I think I should just be thinking about who I think is going to win. Trent was on fire, actually. Getting Trent in there from G2 seems like a good idea. Like, maybe one of the any of the G2 players underrated? Trent, Valen, Jorg, Jonah, Leaf. I think Trent might be a tad underrated there. We have 16 points left. And we need to... I think we need another, like, great player. And then another shit player. I think we need a great and a shit. But we can't get a great, can we? Because we... Yeah. Let's find the lowest cost player. 5. We've got a Mulsi, a Rafa, a Zap. Yeah. These players are just going to have to be perma-benched, though. What about a Shiro? Shiro wouldn't have to be perma-benched. Or a Flyer? But you'd have to be benched first week. A lot of EMEA players down here.
Yeah, because there's a lot of low fragging IGLs in the EMEA.
Dude, let's do it. Let's get Phoenix on the team. Let's just for the shit of it, let's get Phoenix on the team. And now we've got 10.5 VP left. Who can we afford now? Oh shit, I'm in the Sentinel role though, aren't I? Hold up. Get rid of...
You could put Finesse. Yeah, you could put Finesse on.
Alright. Where's Finesse? Where is he? There he is. And now, wildcard pick. Have a look. Who can I spend my money on? 10.5. We've got Kicks or Safe. A Safe might be a pick, actually. That could be a great pick. Or Som was fucking pounding, actually. Som was going nuts. We could index into NRG. These are some decent players, actually, for 10.5 here. But I think I'm most interested in Safe or Som. What were the points per game of Safe and Som?
Hold on.
Because Floor's going to lose too much, I think. Whereas Safe and Som should actually be winning as well as fragging.
So Safe got 10.3. Som got 8.
Som got 8. Because NRG got eliminated so early, though. Whereas I feel like if NRG actually do bounce back a little bit...
Well, that's points per game. So it is based on...
Yeah, but that's because he was losing.
Surely Phoenix
if he played more, they would have won more.
We get Ange one on there
he got quite a lot of kill points. Like most of Safe's points are from winning maps.
Yes, but I think he's going to do that again.
Yeah. Whereas, like, so for instance, Safe got 15 map points, Som got 3.
Yeah. But I think Som's going to get more map points now than he did at kickoff. which might make him the better pick, actually.
God, look at you picking Som and Phoenix together.
Yeah, wait, that's just so funny. We got to do that. I didn't even think about that. That's so funny. Okay, I'm not gonna overthink it too much. I'm just gonna. What should my team name be, chat? What's my team name? Autofill, giving away my real name, my identity stolen. Could you fucking pause? Actually, the Bald Brigade, the Buttered Eggs. The Buttered Eggs is good.
I think you need to pick an IGL before you save it.
Ah, I need to pick an IGL. Okay.
You can change that, but
well, let me just save first. Oh, well, no, maybe I shouldn't save first. No, let's save first. Invalid team, you must have one IGL. Okay.
Yeah.
So week 1, we maybe want Icy to be the IGL because he is playing against 2G. Or we might want... who's G2 playing against?
Furia.
Oh! I mean, both of those are incredible farm games. Is Trent gonna farm Furia harder than Icy farms 2G? I don't know. I mean, both of those are just insane farm games. I'm going to say the Duelist is more likely to farm... I think Icy is just going to run him over. Let's put Icy as the IGL. So then we want to bench my EMEA players.
Wait, save it first, I think. Or have you already?
Invalid team, you can only have 3 bench players. Well, I thought I had.
Oh, right, yes. So your wildcard players start off as the bench if you just... Sorry, yeah.
So how do I unbench them? Do I click sub?
You click sub. Yeah, you just click sub.
Okay. Save all changes. All right. So this is my roster then. So we've got the 3 on the bench, Mr. Fallen Zeus and Batu, because they don't play this week. And then we've got Icy IGL in because he's playing against 2G. Superman in because he's also playing against 2G. DOS9 is in. And Karen is in, so we've got a Gen G player and a boom player, so we might have messed that one up a little bit. 2 NRG players, so if they lose to C9, I'm screwed, so I need to be rooting for NRG this week. Flashback, which I think was a little bit underpriced, and Trent to farm Furia. So I'm heavily indexing in Trent and Icy going nuts, and then NRG beating Cloud9. Yes. I think that's okay, though. I think that's okay. And then next week, we can have these 3 players come in. Then we can have...
Get rid of an EG.
We get rid of Superman, probably. We probably bench Icy, but I don't know who he's playing against. Yeah. We're cooking here. We're cooking. The name didn't get saved? Oh, yeah. I found a bug.
Oh, sorry. It will have saved on the back end. It might not have saved on this. It's fine.
Buttered eggs. There we go.
Eggs.
Invalid team. You must have 11 players. What? I do have 11 players.
Know. Yeah, I don't know. It should have saved. I mean, if you go off it and go back on it, hopefully it's saved. It should have done.
I mean, it didn't save the name for some reason. Danger, unable to find team. I mean, we are popping up with all sorts of bugs on here.
It's okay. I'm getting told.
Danger, unable to find.
I'm getting told it's a known bug.
Success, you logged in. Danger. Okay, I can't name my team though.
Yeah, unlucky.
Buttered eggs.
Well, it's still your team.
Fuck. Okay, it won't name my team, unfortunately. Did you pick an IGL? I did. I picked Icy as my IGL.
You picked Icy. Oh god, I can't wait till Icy drops 4 kills.
How is he gonna drop 4 kills against 2G?
Because they'll already be dead. Watch Super go crazy, and you're gonna be in the bin. Actually, no, it'd be worse if Ye went crazy. Watch Ye be on Duelist instead of Icy. Icy goes to Initiator.
Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. That's not going to happen. Okay. That's my team then.
Good luck.
Can you calculate what my points would have been in kickoff? Actually, no, that's stupid because I didn't pick this team for kickoff. I picked this team for week 1, stage 1. It's optimized.
I don't know about that, but
twist. Mr. Pujon is the cause of the bug.
I don't know if I see IGL is the most safe play in the world.
Why? What would you go for? Trent IGL?
I don't know, fucking Buzz or something. I'd get Buzz in there and have him against fucking
Buzz.
Whoever
What is that?
T1 plays Zeta.
Yeah,
fine,
actually,
it's a
that is
fine team.
How much was Buzz?
14, I think.
14. Yeah, I don't have anybody worth 14 on my team. That's. I mean, I did go for Zeus for 13. That is kind of crazy. That is. I'm expecting big things from Zeus. God damn.
Well, yeah, you've gone all in on Foot, which I think is a team that you've previously said you don't fully trust.
Yeah, but in their group,
you looked at the Team Omega group and said, "Oh, I don't know who will win this."
Well, between Foot and Liquid.
And then went straight for 2 Foot players.
Maybe I should have hedged my bets slightly. I mean, the fact that I have 2 NRG and 2 Foot seems like it's primed for me to just get... And 2 EG. I'm just primed to get upset and lose.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes sometimes.
That is the way it goes. All right, I'm going to end my stream. I've got other things to do today.
Have fun.
Goodbye. Adios. All right, chat. I've got some other things that I want to do with my life, so I'm not going to continue streaming now. I'm going to go send you off to the beautiful village of... I'm not sure. Where are we going? Let's see who's live on Twitch. Oh, TMV. I didn't realize if he was... I didn't ask him if he was continuing streaming. TMV and Chobra are both streaming, but I don't know if they're carrying on. Let's have a look. Let's tune into TMV's stream and see what he's talking about.
Let's do this. Okay, so I've got Pacific. I've got Americas. What's my...
Oh, he's doing his pick'ems and stuff. Yeah. We'll send you over to TMV then.
Pacific first? I mean, let me just do China quickly first.
We'll send you over to TMV. All right, raid thinking man's... Wait, what is this? Furia GM interview. What? Wait, what is this? What have you just sent me? People roasting him for saying that they just need to shoot back more or something? Luke Zero talks about MW's departure, preparation, believes that Furia is the biggest in Brazil. Okay. It was also a big surprise for us, Furia moving MW for the bench. We had just completed 4 weeks of training, and after our elimination of kickoff, we have a total of 8 weeks to prepare. We'd already completed half of that period, and then one weekend, MW reported he was not feeling well and that he would seek medical attention to understand what was happening, and then he had to take indefinite leave to get better from his health problem. Right. I mean, that sounds sudden, and sudden normally means bad, so I hope MW is doing all right. It was a huge surprise for us. We weren't expecting it. Okay. Yeah. It's not easy to prepare. We know that it's a challenge. New agents, new maps. We felt a lack of synergy in our debut. We weren't connected as a team in terms of ideas in the game, and it was clear in kickoff. MW is a guy with a very active voice, and now you've lost him. Okay. The group is more involved, creating affinity, so what was done in the first 4 weeks wasn't wasted work. All right. Okay. When we had visa issues at the beginning of the year, we wanted a competitive team for the first match. Okay. First, we looked at our academy, but due to visa issues, we realized we wouldn't have time. All right. Prize 2G was very open and friendly in this negotiation. We're very happy to have him for this first split, despite everything. Yeah, cool. The biggest problem with converting the Tashinya Invitational performance to Kickoff Americas was being able to reproduce and resume the team's performance at the same time we were at in the Tashinya Championship. At the end of last year, we closed our lineup very early. I think it was the end of October. Okay. It took us a little longer to announce it, but we were already working on training and everything else because we didn't see any point in announcing the team since we hadn't even announced off-season when we closed the team. I wish orgs wouldn't think like this. Like, just fucking announce when you've got it sorted. Anyway, minor gripe. We were unable to take advantage of the confidence we gained in the off-season. We played the final on December 15th, and then Christmas and New Year came along, which broke up the rhythm and had some visa issues. Okay. In Valorant, there is indeed a dominant meta at the moment, but it doesn't need to be fought hard by all teams or that it's the only path to victory. We believe that what makes a champion team is a team that makes the best decisions and knows how to execute some concepts within the game. That is, they play FPS. There are many aspects within Valorant that when you start to have a broader view of the game, you realize that the problem isn't in the composition or in not doing the same as other teams. It's much more complex than that. We talked a lot about this in the first split. We believe that FPS games have to be played. We don't believe in this idea that you can only combine powers, and it's something that we're unlikely to follow just that path. We're trying to mix the two things. I don't think they're talking about shooting. I think this is a translation thing. I think he's talking about playing tactical FPS concepts of like the information game, making sure the macro rotates are good, like having good defaulting. Like, I think he's talking about that stuff. I don't think he's talking about just like, we believe FPS games have to be played by shooting people in the head. Because when he says we're working to be more consistent by applying FPS concepts and minimizing errors, FPS concepts I think he's using as a phrase that is referring to what we would refer to in English as TAC FPS concepts of the like, get information, figure out what your opponent's doing, try to counter that, try to find the weak site to hit, like all of that kind of stuff, rather than just cooking up elaborate exec combos. Focusing on points that perhaps, as I said, are not about Valorant, but rather about strengthening FPS concepts within the team. Stuff like fundamental trading, spacing. I think he's talking about the macro game. I don't think he's talking about shooting. A few weeks ago, we didn't know anything about the new agent. So if you focus a lot on comps and agents, a game update can disrupt a few weeks of work. We didn't know if Teo was going to be nerfed, for example. That's why the work has to be well thought out and not just based on what's happening at the moment. I mean, I understand what he's talking about, I think. He's talking about trying to work on fundamental stuff, but that's kind of the problem with having a brand new team, is that you end up having to work on the fundamentals, whereas G2 they've already got the fundamentals down, so they can afford to spend time on the comps and the agents and the maps and that kind of stuff. Whereas you're still working on the Barry basics of playing Valorant. Yeah, I think from what I glimpsed, the Reddit thread might be taking his comments out of context a little bit, and assuming that he just means about shooting them. But I think he means more fundamental macro-micro stuff. I think it's just because it's been translated that people are misunderstanding it. That still doesn't mean you can ignore util usage. Nah, but what he's saying is they don't want to spend time crafting, like... Okay, so you can either spend a shit ton of time in Valoplant, making the perfect util combos and practicing all of that shit, or you can focus more on the how you play off each other and how you trade for each other and that kind of stuff. And that's more fundamental, more general, and it's going to help you in more situations as well. Like, if you only focus on util execs and making sure that your strat book's deep on, like, that kind of aspect, then if people counter it, you're shit out of luck. But obviously you shouldn't just be focused on one or the other. But it seems like Furia wanted to keep things very, very fundamental, very safe at the beginning of their year. But yeah, I think it's a bit bonkers that somebody like MW just didn't understand how to play Breach or Sova at all and weren't using their utility in the slightest. Because that's not something where, like, that is fundamental. That's nothing to do with spending time crafting large executes or whatever. That's just how you play some basic agents. So yeah, they're describing the same stuff that every team describes when they start with a new roster, and they're like, we're just focused on the fundamentals right now. Like, yeah, and that's probably why you're going to end up losing, unfortunately, is because you're 10 steps behind the top teams. Okay. What are we looking at now? All right, I'm off. I'm going to leave you in the loving embrace of TMV. Peace. And when will I be back? I will be back tomorrow at 11 o'clock UK time to do more China co-streaming. So I'll see you then.